Welcome to the wonderful world of wrath and glory. I will give one of you unfortunate souls a point of wrath for a quick recap.
I think I got to cover this one.
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
I did it last time.
After defeating the orcs in that main section with the fireness,
The burner
Poul
boys.
tries to use the burner boys, and the pile of crap burning. Poul tries to use his psychic powers to try put out the fire, trying to save what is inside by pulling bath water into it. He was unsuccessful. Moving on towards the bodies seen on Gerhardt's scan, Gerhardt walks through a door. Unlike him, he forgets to check his surroundings, setting off a trap causing a cave-in, blocking the path off to us.
Boo.
Poul then tries to use his psychic powers to move the rubble. He was unsuccessful.
I think there's a common theme here.
Moving out towards the south end of the chapel, we come across a room full of grots and a runt herder who was looking for some good old krumppin. He got said krumppin and died, along with his weenies. After the combat, after we battle and kill these kill the orc and the little weenies, we hear the sound of shattered glass and gunfire, to which we find out the stained windows of the chapel were being shot, so we go to investigate. We devise a plan to have Space Jesus Poul float him and Agenta up to the rafters, where Gerhardt will remain on the ground to try set up an ambush. Gerhardt cuts the head off one of the commando orcs with his Astartes knife, brings it over to the stained windows, walks in, tells the orcs they are weak, and that he had defeated them all by himself and that he required a challenge, and punted the orc head towards the orcs. Combat then ensues. Agenta flies backwards while shooting her gun, injuring herself from a 10-meter fall. More goading from Gerhardt to get the orcs to walk through the window, while Poul gets pummeled by small arms fire, while a recovering Agenta gets a grenade tossed at her feet.
It was surprisingly soothing being shot at.
It's very surprisingly soothing. In fact, it seemed the more he got shot at, the more calm he became. Interesting individual. Gerhardt charges into combat to get the focus off Poul and Agenta, killing some orc boys and grots as he does so. The blood around Gerhardt becomes too much despite his vow and mantra to himself to fight against it. Instead, the red thirst turns into something more sinister as his eyes become black as visions of Horus fill his view. Melee with the big boss after the orcs and the grots are killed. Exchanged blows between the two, Gerhardt and this big menace trading eviscerator and chain chopper. Redacted, he didn't go down. Redacted records, he didn't go into dying. He was momentarily turned into a grot, but this was some sort of alternate universe where that didn't happen. So scrub it from your minds.
There's been a lot of perils of the warp. We could have just been seeing things.
Yes, this is true.
Exactly.
Blame Poul.
Interference.
Poul.
While exchanging blow for blow with this large orc, Poul seizes the opportunity to crush him with his telekinetic powers from afar, restraining him, making it much easier to kill him. But before Gerhardt could get the final blow, as this creature was just so tough and so hard to put down, bolts of purple psychic warp energy fell from the sky like rain and turned this orc boss into nothing but charred remains and shattered bone. Agenta, seeing that Gerhardt had been somewhat injured, comes over and helps him with his wounds, kind of stitching up or, applying Medicaid to what injuries he had taken from the chain chopper. One thing I did miss, in the rage, the red thirst that he did have come on, Gerhard screamed out Sanguinius's name and avenging his death, which could be heard and echoed throughout the chapel pretty easily. I think that's about the main talking points.
Nice. Well done. I will give you your extra point of wrath. So, gentlemen, we return back to Hephesteum's rest. You have just slain a huge beastie of an orc named Mekfastdaka after some hefty combat. Poul, with the aid of Argenta, has offered some healing to the mighty Gerhard, who has withstood the big chopper. And you are left in this cloistered area. Above you, you can see a cloudy sky. It is one of the few parts of the monastery that is open to the elements. You are stood next to a huge pile of detritus, metal bits, and in the central area is a bit of a orky workshop where who knows what's been going on. To the far south, you can see a door and a pile of some boxes. To the north is the stained glass window from whence you came. And you can't really see the east yet, the west. So, over to you guys.
How are we all looking? Lord Gerhard has received some medical attention. Paul, how are you?
I have seen better days, but I can survive a little longer. So he's got 2 wounds and 4 shock currently.
Similar sortish. Gerhard, what kind of position are you in at the moment?
Sister Argenta, your healing you gave me after that combat saw me right. I am fine.
Good.
Thank you.
Just to be aware, before we jump into our next melee, okay. Can I have a look for the thigh bone? See if there's any thigh boniness around.
Any thigh boniness? Sure. If you want to give me a investigation roll, DN3, we'll just say that with that test you're doing like a general sweep of the area to try and see anything that might be bony.
Why is it DN4?
Probably because you're wounded.
Ooh.
All tests are a +1 when wounded.
Shit. Okay, that's gonna make this whole process. Fuck it.
Uh-oh.
Let's roll that complication.
I swear this was not me this time.
Wasn't
What?
Oh my god.
What's this supernatural mishap?
okay. Wasn't expecting it that quickly. Hold please.
He hasn't got one in the chamber yet. We just fucking started.
I had something for this. Hang on, there it is. Right.
That looks like a dick.
Right. Okay. So, Argenta, as you are searching around the area, you come across this orcish workshop. It is covered in just the most obscure things you've ever seen, like a hammer with a screwdriver as a handle and a knife in the blade. There are loads of bits of metal and plasteel and all kinds of things just scattered across it. And you see this strange, shiny thing. And it looks a little bit like a orky tooth, but a metally plasteel orky tooth. And as you... Is everyone doing this, by the way, or is it just Argenta?
Poul did not offer help, so he is tending to his wounds superficially, but not mechanically.
Yeah, I don't think I was in the mix.
Okay. So as Argenta raises this this shiny, interesting thing, Argenta, you feel the ground beneath you start to warp, change.
Oh no.
As a warp portal
Oh no.
opens up beneath your feet, and you are sucked in.
What?
Oh no. Great
Gerhardt,
crescendo in the music.
Listen to the music.
Gerhardt, Paul, I will give you one opportunity to do anything you want before this portal seizes up.
Presumably we noticed this. Can we?
I'd say there was within eyesight. Obviously, you could use your size science to kind of sense that something is happening.
I would say something pings.
Yeah. So, Paul, with your size science, you feel this unusual thinning of reality moments before the brave Argenta slowly and then very quickly just falls into this portal.
So I get that ping, and like halfway through, like Paul then would begin to go, Gerhardt, be aware, and then halfway through that sentence notices what's going over at Argenta and goes, Sister, no! He reaches out a hand and begins to sort of clasp it around, from a distance from his mind's eye, around Sister Argenta, and begins to attempt to flip gravity around Argenta.
Ooh. Let me read. Grav warp.
Grav warp.
Target's willpower +2. Okay. So you're attempting to reverse the gravity of the warp itself. Which is what's pulling now Argenta into this warp portal.
I'm
So
effectively
you've got
doing the only thing that I can do that
Yeah.
that he can think of to counteract it. Either that, or I try and assail.
Can you throw me?
Like Argenta.
I mean, you
like,
guys
but
are
Argenta doesn't
within.
count as an object.
Yeah, I mean, I'll allow you to do it, but it wouldn't be against her will, because you're kind of fighting the will of the person dragging her down, rather than.
So you got Gerhardt as backup. He hasn't done his thing either. So
Yeah.
you got two opportunities.
So this is Paul's momentary action.
Sure.
Then I guess in bullet time, Gerhardt's probably reacting at the same time as well. So we've got like a view of slow motion Gerhardt doing something.
So roll your grav warp, and it'll be a DN. The DN will be flat 10.
Flat 10.
Flat 10.
Is that 11 because I'm wounded?
It'd be 11 if you wounded.
Right. Okay.
Fuck me.
You're messing with warp energies again.
No, I know. It's the only thing he can think of doing.
That's fine.
Transcendent time.
It might. Or do you know what? It could be because that's a DN 11. I have a dice pool of 10. Do I do a transcendent?
What would that do?
It would give me plus rank bonus die, but they're all red die. But if I get any complications from them, they could therefore potentially
Perils
be
of the
bad.
Yeah, that could be bad actually. That could be bad.
Yeah. Let's not do that.
But I've got wrath, so let's see.
Can't you throw me like you threw the tables?
That depends because the wording on that is assail. Using nothing but the power of your mind to uproot a boulder, tree, or similarly large object. I don't know if Argenta would count as an object.
I'm happy for either thing to happen, whether you want to change gravity or whether you want to use your sheer strength of will to drag her out of this portal. Either way, it's going to be DN 10 plus the 1 for 11.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter one way or the other.
Either thing would need the same roll.
All right, well let's go.
Let's go.
That's not a great start. Right. So it's time to wrath. No change. No change.
Okay. Gerhardt.
I try to reverse gravity, but I feel my powers being just like easily overcome.
Poul, as you are using the force of your will to try and just raise Argenta back out of this portal, you feel the portal itself slowly, almost like tendrils, trying to grip you and pull you in towards it. It hasn't pulled you in, but you feel like it's trying to pull you in as well with this connection you've made. Gerhardt.
Sure.
Question.
What do I have on?
No, I didn't really get a chance to say it, but I don't really think it would have helped all that much.
Okay.
Well, the way I'm thinking, you said it was at the same time. Oh, I guess Poul acted first because of his psi science. Yeah, that probably wouldn't work. Okay, I'll try this myself.
I got an initial ping.
Yeah. Okay, so what Gerhardt's going to attempt to do, he kind of turns around and goes, "Sister," and runs over and is going to grab her by the arms and like either side of the portal is going to try deadlift her out of the portal.
Amazing. So, you rush over. Roll me... Go on, Sam. Are you trying to do two things?
No. I'm just saying, could the fact that I am actively trying to manipulate gravity around Argenta to make her lighter be helping in this moment?
Good fishing, but you didn't succeed, so I'm going to say no.
I suppose not.
Gerhardt, roll me a strength test. It's going to be a DN 5.
Could I help him with some faith? And using my strength to pull as well?
Faith would be required in moments like this.
I'm happy for you.
And my helping action would be pulling as well.
So let me give you the description first, and then you can decide what to do afterwards. So before you do your roll, James, you rush over. You see Argenta slowly being pulled into this portal. You grip a hold of her arm, and you start trying to pull her out with all your might. Argenta, you feel like the power being exerted upon you. You are being ripped in half. The strength of this huge, powerful Astartes, and then the presence of the warp itself trying to pull you down. You feel like you are being ripped in the middle. Now, if you now want to, for argument's sake, encourage Gerhardt and then use a faith point with leadership to try and say, inspire him to be stronger, to lift you out, because you're essentially hanging, so you've got no purchase to actually strengthen yourself.
Okay, yeah.
So if you want to try and inspire him, I'm happy for him to roll the strength test with leadership times 3. Or if there's some other skill you want to try and argue, I'm happy to hear that. But your strength in this scenario isn't really applicable.
Let's have a look at my leadership.
This music has got my butthole puckering.
I was not expecting this roll so quickly.
Like my butthole's doing SOS right now, just on twitches.
Well, yeah. Fuck, I didn't. Okay.
So it's up to you. If you want to think of another thing that might be helpful, and word that with me, that's fine.
Paul is slowly in this moment being dragged towards.
Could I flavour it as scholar and start quoting tenets around fighting chaos, around resisting the ruinous powers, and basically try and play it into, because she's using her faith, trying to give him tenets of faith to bolster him in his moments of strength.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. So it'd be, I'm assuming you're using your faith point, yeah?
Yes.
So that's a 3 on scholar, so it'd be 9 with your faith point. So it's a DN5 strength, please, with a bonus 9.
Okay, and that's straight strength, not athletics.
Just straight strength.
Okay, so with an additional 9.
Mm-hmm. Because
so
of
that's, 15 in total.
scholar.
So I'm like my neck muscles are, and all the veins are popping. His face is going red. There's Astartes' scalp boots like cracking the tile as he's like pulling with all his might.
Nice.
Oh,
A crit.
but you succeeded.
Oh, and a crit. Amazing. So.
Whew.
Gerhardt, the longer you are pulling, it doesn't feel like this tension's ever going to end. It's the longest moment in your life. But then slowly, ever so slowly, you see the portal start to shrink up again. And as it shrinks, you can feel that tension slowly begin to lift. And Gerhardt, Argenta is pulled out of this portal. And what I will say with your crit, I was going to get Ed to roll a 1d3 on mortal wounds. You are able to just ever so carefully and precisely hold that tension without causing more damage.
Oh.
And with that,
It's like yoink her out.
I can feel it pull up my very soul.
You're heavy.
Something does not want us to find that firebone.
and on the floor next to you, Argenta, is the shiny gubbins that you picked up.
What was that?
What does this do? She just goes, Boys, get back a second. Gets a flamer out. Burns whatever the fuck it is.
Sure, roll to attack.
Fuck me. Do I just do it like...
Yeah,
attack?
just roll to attack. It's more about the wrath die than anything else.
Fuck's sake.
Nice. So you unleash pure Promethean at this shiny little tooth on the floor as you see it melt into the dirt. Yes, James.
Oh, I was so caught up in the moment, I didn't realize how much I succeeded by. Can I shift one for glory?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yay.
Okay.
I was just so fucking caught up. I was so caught up.
What an investigation roll! Christ!
Jesus. Okay. But after your investigation and after the stresses of more warp shenanigans, you do not see any thigh bone.
Well,
Poul, what the hell was that?
A thinning. It was a thinning of the veil between us and the warp. Ruinous powers leaked through for but a moment. Nothing to do with me. It is known to happen on occasion.
I'm not blaming you, Poul. I'm turning to you for advice.
Whatever it is,
She felt like she weighed a ton.
she certainly did. It overpowered my mastery of the warp. Something powerful on the other side is interested in what's going on here on our side.
well, let's not let them succeed. You two seem to have thwarted them already. Whatever it is, clearly doesn't want us to succeed. So we must continue our search, and we must purge the xenos from this sacred place.
If the warp itself wants you, then that means we're on the right track. We must be getting close.
Perhaps we should fell the final stains of xenos from this place. Can you perceive any, Lord Gerhardt?
Of course. And while I augmetic, I am multitasking, and I was going to loot Big Boy for any like nades or things that could help us out.
That's a good question. Let me just get up Mech Fastdaka.
We undelete all of these tokens that were on the map.
No, it's fine because I deleted all my actors, and now I'm just going to use my compendium as Mukaz told me off for doing that. There isn't really anything of great value to you. Let me just change that. Remove talents. I don't know why it has talents as a thing to pick up. Right, you can open them up as a loot pile, but it's all orky stuff. There's a big shooter, chain chopper, a shooter, and then is just his armor as well, which is actually wrong because it'd be heavy armor I gave him. Heavy.
Just Xenos heresy. Right, nothing to take from him. I'm gonna scan to see where the closest enemies are. Professor Xavier.
As you focus in on your Auspex augmetic, you get a ping just behind you. One single life form. You also get the huge collection of pings down here in this entire zone. You also get a modicum amount of pings to your west, and then even more as you go further west.
Okay. I say to Paul and Agenta, I go, most pressing, we have one life sign right behind us. And I say this quite quietly. Just through the window we came from, we have the largest group through this door, many bodies. And to our left, this way through this wall, slightly less, but still a lot of bodies. I can't tell friend from foe, but I can tell you, there is a lot.
Well, I would prefer we deal with what's behind us. I'd prefer not to be ambushed and have any surprises. And if it is just one, we have the advantage.
Yes. Let's be careful. It may be one of the priests. If it is, we tell them which direction to go back to safety, and then we proceed on our way.
Gearcart, you've pinged this guy, so I'm going to say if you want to perceive, is it perceive? It's not perceive, is it? It's awareness. If you want to roll awareness to spot it, it'd only be a DN2 because you essentially know like exactly where you're looking.
Yeah, and with the Orc Medic, I mean, can I just keep it on so I can just constantly see him? Like, because we've been using it as a ping, but does it say anything about, like, it turns off and on? Like, just...
I think it says you need to use an action to use it.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to have a end expiry. It just... If it is going to detect energy emissions, motions, and other life signs. I mean,
the way I've always, like...
gone?
The way I've always seen it is it's more of a...
It's a
Flash.
pulse.
like a pulse type thing. It's a sonic kind of ping, and you're getting responses back from it. Because otherwise, if it was just on all the time, it feels a bit broken.
It already feels broken.
So I'd say it's a ping. You get response back, and that tells you things.
Okay, DN2 awareness, you say?
Yeah, just a DN2 awareness. You effectively know where he is. It's just whether you can perceive in the darkness.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay.
Ask Tom.
Tom, you may take this conversation.
Okay, so you do indeed see 10 meters up in the rafters a little commando boy who's eyeing up down his rifle, and as your complication, he sees you looking straight at him, and he's going to use his commando skill. What's it called? Not sneakiest git, cunning exfiltrator. And as he sees you looking at him, he's kind of looking down his broken glass scope at you. I see us! And he uses his exfiltrator to foxtrot Oscar out of there.
Oh, he didn't take a shot.
So, he was eyeing you up, but as the complication, he does escape.
That's way more chill.
Alright. We have some of those orcs in the rafters again. He saw me coming though, and he foxtrot oxen. Oh, fuck! Foxtrot. He did the thing, man.
He flippity deed.
He ran away.
He got the
He's
fuck
sticking
out of
up.
Dodge.
Yeah.
Well,
He left.
I don't fancy more of those little blighters throwing grenades at me from the rooftops. Should we... Well, whatever it is clearly going to inform on us to the rest of them. Should we either find somewhere defensive, knowing that they're going to come to us, or should we try and take them head on?
I don't think they're all that coordinated. Think about it. We had one in the chapel center. We had these lot shooting out windows, and we had this one down here with his herd of grots. They seem to not be all that organized.
Well then, let's take advantage of the chaos, and let's take these xenos bastards out. To which direction do you suggest, Lord?
Well, I don't see any entrances this way. And my old specs are picking up plenty of life signs through this door, so I say south.
South it
This
is.
is another way to go through. I don't want to travel that far. Stop.
Yeah, as you round the corner of the huge pile of detritus, you do see a door at the far end.
I lied. I do see a door.
Can I
Is that
cover
a
our
chest?
tracks?
Say again, Paul.
I was going to say, can I cover our tracks slightly by moving some objects to cover the hole in the wall over here
Oh,
from this pile of detritus?
yeah. You mean the bit that's
several,
the bit that's collapsed, yeah?
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
like cover that hole a little bit so they find difficulty.
Yeah. And I'm
surviving.
going to give you a point of wrath for a nice use of that. So you spend some time
Spend a few moments, yeah.
just covering that up again, and it's
So, through a mixture of grav warp on some larger items to sort of reverse the gravity of that thing, and it carries a few things on top of it. Because I can only target one target, so I'll just target one thing beneath things and kind of like move things across.
yeah. And you close up the gap. Now, obviously, you still have the broken stained glass window, but that big opening that had fallen through after the rafters had broken, that is no longer an entry point. You can still get through the glass, but you've not got a massive hole behind you now.
Yeah, just covering our tracks for the moment. We'll lift it up when we come back. No surprises.
Good thinking.
Gerhardt, you're right. As you do head south, you do see a pile of boxes, crates, and other things. Some of them look like they've just been shoved over, piled up, but you do see a chest.
Should we check if it's booby-trapped first?
Absolutely.
Can I help?
How are you checking it for booby traps?
For me personally, I'm like looking all around the chest, looking for wires, looking for contraptions, looking at the wall, looking if it's connected to anything, looking at the roof to see if there's anything that's going to slip, fall down, crash in, basically surveying.
Ditto. But as a help action.
Sure. Give us a investigation. DN4.
You can add 1, because that's how much I've got in the skill rating.
Investigation? What's the difference between investigation and awareness then?
So awareness is like perceiving things, so I want to see that guy over there. Investigation is more inspecting things, trying to see subtle differences, or, what's the difference between this picture and this picture kind of thing.
A bit more in-depth scrutiny.
Yeah, whereas your awareness is more like, okay, so well, in this zone I can see this, but also I can spot some footmarks on the floor and this, that, and the rest.
Okay.
Argent, you really only have 1 in investigation.
You've got a...
So it's dice pool
how about
4, DN4.
DN4.
Did you add my 1?
Yeah, so it's a 4 total.
Ooh, how about I do the investigation and then you help?
Because otherwise,
Yeah, I thought I was
got-
going to be using awareness. So I was looking around, but if that's not the case, then I may
otherwise we
defer
could help.
to.
I do
Yeah.
have for an investigation. I do have somewhat of an eye for detail.
Well, could you perhaps help me over here then, Paul? As I
I am helping Argenta help Gerhardt.
no, help me. But yeah, he's done the classic boss move and he's delegated. Oh fuck me, I've
Right.
got
I've got for an investigation. If you want an extra
Okay.
4.
sick. Oh fuck, the DN is 4. What's the DN, Tom?
Or
Which will be 5 because you're wounded.
Shit.
But you succeeded.
oh, with a wrath critical. Perfect.
Glory!
Yes,
So-
and glory.
Gentlemen, ladies, as you inspect this box, this chest, it's a large chest, heavy, big wooden frame with metal bars keeping it tight. It just looks like any ordinary chest. There's no... Hang on. Hang on. There's no wires, there's no trip lines... there's nothing that really looks out of the ordinary, and you're about to think, oh, this is brilliant, but it moves ever so slightly. There's a
mimics in this
there's a subtle, like, just jittering of the box, almost unperceivable, but you do perceive it. And then after that, which catches your eye, the fact that it's moved, you do see a single bloody orc marking that had gone unnoticed.
She stand back. She aims at it with her flamer.
Wait, Argena, wait. One moment. Let me see if I can't disable it. Can I determine whether or not this is a
Alive?
warp interference?
Obviously, with your psi science, you'd be able to find that out quite easily, but there's no warp interference.
There's no warp interference, and so therefore this thing isn't being manipulated by the warp. That symbol doesn't involve the warp.
Hang on.
Right.
It's-
You are meant to roll psi
Silence-
science, aren't you?
Yeah, but say, do you need a
All right. Well, hang on.
thing?
I'll
Roll
do
it.
the thing. What's the DN?
DN2. Yeah, there's no warp shenanigans going on.
Right.
As she holds her flamer. Gerhard, can
I'm
you
gonna
check
shift
one
to
thing
glory then.
for me?
Mm.
Is there a sign of life inside of this box?
No. Though wouldn't have I picked it up on my first suspect? Unless it's somehow hidden from me.
You did pick it up, but it's down here. So now you're closer. You very much get a ping from here. You still get all the pings down here,
Yeah.
but
there's
now
something
you get
in
a
here.
ping specifically from that.
She,
Yeah, there's something alive in there.
you know what? I'm not one for... Puts Darling away, pulls out the heavy bolter. I do love the word overkill. And then
Wait. Argena, what if they've captured a monk in there? He tries to say, but she shoots anyway.
1, 2, 3. Whoa. 9, 10? 10 dice? Is that the fucked up rapid fire thing?
I think that's the fucked up rapid fire.
is that
yeah,
including...
traits, heavy, brutal, rapid fire, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're shooting at a stationary box, so I'm going to say a 6 hits it fine.
Really?
What are you aiming at anything in particular, or are you just aiming at the chest?
At the chest.
Okay. So from within the chest, you just hear this. As the box is just ripped to pieces by this heavy bolter. Roll me a 1d.
Oh no. Is this where the first corruption roll happens, I wonder?
Roll me a 1d6.
Oh shit.
Oh, I don't
Okay.
know if 6 is good or bad.
So 6 is good. After the heavy bolter rounds just decimate this box, this chest, inside you just see this kind of reddish coloured skin, and Gerhardt, you do not pick up any life signs. There is no more movement. There's just the chest and maybe just a tiny little leg poking out that's of a reddish colour.
Does it look
Whatever
like
was inside, it's dead.
At least
Shot
it wasn't
well.
human.
Does it look human?
No. It's got clawed feet.
Ah, sick. Well, looks like shoot first, ask questions later seems to be the modus operandi here. Let's continue on.
Paul squints his eyes, but doesn't otherwise say anything.
All right. So for clarification, if I'm looking at doors and looking for traps using my eyes, that's investigation, not awareness.
If you're trying to specifically look for traps, I'd say that's investigation. Let me just clarify that.
So I guess I think we were previously using awareness when looking for tripwires going through corridors, but I suppose in this case we were specifically looking for hidden traps on a box where we had to sort of maybe manipulate it.
Well, I was using the D&D logic where like eyes is perception and investigation is
touchy feeling.
moving, touching things, touchy.
Oh, which I thought was which I thought we were doing with the box.
No, I was trying to use my eyes because obviously I've got the implants in my eyes that give me sharper focus. So I'm trying to like look at details and see irregularities and stuff like that. I wasn't trying to get hands on.
Right, awareness. Your ability to observe detail and changes, including perceiving things that are hidden. Difficulty of awareness test is determined by how hard something is to notice. If you're trying to spot someone who is hiding, the DN for your awareness test is based on their stealth score. Okay, whereas investigation. Your ability to decipher clues, perform research, and assemble information through proper channels. So maybe it would be awareness. You might use an investigation test to find a specific piece of information. An imperial. You might use investigation to find a specific piece of information in an imperial archive, or to judge which of the objects you found at the crime scene is particularly relevant to the case you're trying to solve.
Okay.
So it's more like that's basically the Batman trait. So
Yeah.
for looking for shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Investigation is be Sherlock Holmes.
So-
Awareness is what's my immediate dangers.
What can I see around me? Okay, there we go. I got that wrong. My apologies.
So it all worked out at the end, and
But
did you
danger-
shoot something?
Is avoided.
Okay, so I'm going to start looking at the door for it being trapped, it being wires running across it, any irregularities on the door before I open it, knowing that there is quite a few bodies in there. I want to judge whether it's safe to even interact with the door first before I even attempt to look through.
Cool. Awareness, DN3, please.
Rightio. Yeah, awareness is right there.
Do I? Oh, no, go on.
You successfully look over the door for any tramps. You do not see any at all. Tramps! Trappers! Traps!
All right, guys, there's no sexy bitches here. We can move on. Right. I'm going to peek through the door, remaining as quietly... I see you as a sister.
What I will say is, because I didn't say it before, this is quite a large, ornate, heavy wooden oak door, kind of like you remember the door into Harry Potter's dining room, kind of big, heavy door.
Yeah,
it's that kind of style, big, heavy wooden door.
Big fucking church door.
Being quiet's not a thing. Okay,
it's tricky. You can roll a stealth test. DN would be 6, but it's a big, heavy oak door.
Can I hold
The
it?
one to the west is just like a normal sized door. This one's much bigger.
Okay, stealth in terrain. Does that apply here? So I'm technically behind something. Is that considered behind?
When there is some form of terrain to hide behind.
Walls of terrain?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Especially if they're terrain walls. But don't. Alright, so don't fire me.
We couldn't.
Oh. Wait a minute. Let me look at the terrain thing. I think it's giving me rank. Is it? It's giving me rank to stealth. Is that right? Use the terrain. Oh,
You gain plus rank to any stealth test, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Okay, and what's the DN?
6.
That's. I don't want it to be 63. Here we go.
Is that?
I am going to use a point of wrath because fuck those rolls.
Yeah. Better. Oh no.
Oh, for fuck's
You
sake!
didn't succeed. Do you want to do anything about this complication?
Can you?
There's nothing I can do about it. However, with all the warp stuff happening, I'm gonna leave this in your hands, Dom.
Okay. As you gently turn into a wine bottle, as you gently using your power but also your control over your power, push this big heavy door open. It is quiet. Maybe it's been recently oiled, but it doesn't make a noise. But as you push open the door, right next to you is a grot. He looks disorientated, almost as if he's just been thrown through the air and potentially had his head crashed against the wall. And he's standing there, dazed, kind of. Oh, great throw there, masters! Oh, crocking on the head! And then he looks up and sees you.
Start his combat knife. I pull it out in one quick motion out of my hip pocket if I can.
So, we said you don't have the Astartes knife equipped, but you do have fast draw, which
Fastest
you should be able to do it. Yeah.
So technically, I thought we don't have it equipped simply to stop that +1 parry. Technically, they should all be accessible to me, right? Otherwise, why would you have a knife on you? I thought we just unequipped it so we wouldn't get the double up on effects, because obviously automation's funk.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like you can only carry so many weapons equipped. Like, if you were a
Nice.
fighter in D&D, you wouldn't have, like, 3 or 4 weapons constantly equipped.
But, I guess
But with the
knife
fast
is
draw skill, either way, it's redundant because you'd be able to grab at it.
Glad I took it then.
So just give me a hit on the grot then, please, with your blade. He is. Let me change him a bit because he's feeling all woozy.
Okay, so we're using the quiet little Astartes combat knife. Okay, I'm assuming attack against an enemy who has not taken a turn yet applies?
Yeah.
Because... Okay.
Yeah, he's not taking the turn. I think you killed him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can reroll 6 due to Savage Echoes.
Get the best outcome.
I gain a point of wrath because of the crit. I'm going to shift 1 to glory. Actually can't shift 1 to glory. We're at cap. So I'm going to unshift that. Unshift. I'm going to shift 1 to make him bleed.
Yeah.
To give me another point of glory. I mean, wrath. Bring it to 4. So I'm going to nick his artery, and I'm going to shift 1, 2, 3, 4 to better outcome, faster result, and
something.
maybe 1 to damage. So yeah, I'm going to shift these guys to
Like his
better
health
result.
heal.
Yeah. Faster, quicker, quieter, bigger, better, and then damage.
Faster, quicker.
Sure.
quieter.
Are you rolling your crit or just taking 3d?
Oh, roll the crit.
Go for it. Roll for crit.
And then roll damage.
Nice. Okay. What would you like to do?
Crimson Ash.
Yeah, I do.
What? I just
That doesn't work.
You stab him and he evaporates.
Yeah.
Maybe he had a bit of petroleum on him, and you sort of created some kind of spark on the way.
That doesn't sound
I'm gonna
stealthy.
Doesn't sound stealthy.
I'm gonna reach into the room, yank him out, and then with my Starties blade, I yoink it out and across his neck. And as he dies, I fucking toss him. Is there any sconces or burning fires around for light?
No, there's not any light really.
Okay, he just catches on fire then.
Oh, for the Crimson Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Okay, cool.
Argenta
He
could
froze
join
it.
in on that.
He throws him in the air and Argenta goes,
Yeah. Pull.
There you go.
Cool. So you push the door open. This grot sees you, groggy, confused about what's going on. He's ripped out of the dining room. His life ended immediately as he assails up to meet his Mork maker. And for some reason his body turns to ash in your hands. And for your better outcome, I'll say that you avoid going potentially frenzied. You manage to hold off that as you do it cleanly and quietly and without any anger or malice. And you're left with, so I'll just peek the door open for you. So they can't necessarily see this, but you can see into the room. You're left with just the sound of merrymaking. It is raucous, it is wild. Things are being crashed, thrown about. There's tables upturned. and you can see a huge crowd of goblins, orcs, all having a wonderful time in there. The room itself is long. It would appear to be a kind of dining hall or a communal space. And hanging in the rafters is 3 heavy chandeliers. At the very back of the refectory, as they call it, is a marble statue to the god emperor himself, defaced by the orc menace.
Shit, and they're far away too. Okay.
We could lay down covering fire. Or someone could.
Could just lure
I
them
suppose I
out.
could too.
Let me just see the distance. 30 meters. Okay, so over the din of this, you'd be able to hear
We could lure them out.
over the din of all this, you can hear at the very back a gruff-sounding voice from an orc who is shorter than the others, but dressed in the familiar commando outfit that you've seen in some of the people you have killed. He has a big cigar just sticking out of one side of his mouth, and his lapels. His jacket is essentially covered in shiny things, and he has a necklace of teeth around him as he goes, "I told you, lads, we'd have some good krump in here. We'll get off this shit in rot no time, don't you worries. Now stop it, you'll have plenty of fighting." "Yeah, but we's getting bored, the monks don't put up much of a fight." "No, it's all fine. See, we tortures the monks, and then they'll sell the bigger boys for a good laugh. And then we can steal their boats and go wherever we wants, going hunting for these humies. But don't forget we needs to be sneaking. Like Orc says, sneaky orcs are happy orc."
Interesting.
We have a couple options. One, we could shoot the braziers above their head. That creates some chaos. Hopefully enough for Lord Gerhard to get a good run in there. Or we could fight them head on in the room, like so. Or we could, like Gerhard so handedly did before, lure them out to here, create a choke point. I could set fire to that giant thing in the center of this room, and Paul could start throwing things that are on fire once again at them as they come through the door.
I could throw the chandeliers as well.
Oh, that is a marvelous idea.
I think being able to shoot out those chandeliers to get them to drop on their heads could be the play. And I'm going to, as I halfway say this, because then I'll know whether or not it will work, I want to make a narrative declaration and attempt to spend a wrath point.
Okay.
Along this wall, there was like...
Oh, yeah.
Boxes and knickknacks, paddywhacks along this wall for me to get to about here, so I may use my stealth, and in particular my stealth and terrain. So like basically, and then to get to here.
What could be there? They're quite specific that they've piled everything up in certain places. Hold, please.
I thought you were going to climb up and start chopping the things down on the beams. It was like, we've got beams! No, you led.
No, I just want like bits and pieces to be able to move like from cover to cover to use my stealth scout starties training to its maximum.
If there's boxes,
Sure.
we've all played a classic game that involves hiding in boxes. It is known. Just giant bugs. Oh, what is that giant box over there? Huh.
What was that noise?
There's a pile of dead orcs around this box. What's going on?
Right, so we'll say that there's not really boxes. There's kind of thrown detritus, there's some chairs, tables, but you are in a more shadowed area, whereas the orcs tend to be all sort of underneath these bright chandeliers. So you are in the darker zone, so you are still going to be stealthy. They have their night vision essentially affected.
Yeah. So but I'm wondering if that by using the narrative declaration, I've got enough terrain to hide behind to use my scout training.
I'll allow you to use scout training for it, yeah.
Okay. So reduce a wrath.
Cool.
Okay, so I'll keep it there for now until I do it, I suppose, because I haven't said what I was going to do. So I say to them, I can get to this corner here, and I can ambush them. Get nice and close when they come towards the door. If you're able to drop that chandelier on them and bring them to us, I can ambush them from the back.
Paul? Do you think...
I
Do you
can
take both chandeliers, or do you need help?
So, the wording of
Can I
assail.
help?
This time with a gun.
It says you use nothing more than the power of your will to uproot boulders, trees, or similarly large objects. Which, to me, tells me that I should be able to forcibly throw the chandeliers from their connection points in the ceiling. If I'm able to do that with boulders and trees, similarly can do that with chandeliers. Without having to shoot them, I just rip them out of the ceiling.
Science.
Boulders are heavier than chandeliers, I think.
Well, it's not about the heaviness. It's more about the way it's connected, isn't it? Like trees are heavily rooted into the ground, but soil can be
Heavily
moved.
rooted, yeah.
Yeah. Just give us a DN4 mastery for each one that you're trying to do.
Oh, does that mean I'm already doing this? Because I said I'd do this because I want to get to here.
Yeah, and I only asked so it could dictate my response to.
Okay,
Magenta.
if you pass on a D3 DN4, so one for each, you'd be able to do it. You'd have to do one at a time because it's not throw anything. It's
No. It would have to be multi-target or actions on subsequent turns.
if you're going to multi-target, it'd be 4, 6, 8. So DN8 to do all three at once.
Yeah.
If you can
Or I
multi-target
could
with
do
a
one at
sail.
time. I should be able to. I believe I can. Scrolling. A sail
Yeah, I suppose
is
it's-
multi-target. Yes.
Nice, yeah. So if you're going to do all three at the same time, it's DN4 plus 2 plus 2, so DN8. Would twin focus? No, it's not twin focus. No, ignore that. So yeah, it'd be DN8. Otherwise, it's a DN4 each time you want to do it. Okay.
And I'm wounded, so that turns into a DN9.
Okay, well, you could take
So,
one
but-
and
but-
I
so
could
basically-
shoot one.
And basically, that answers my question. So Paul would respond with, quietly before we've all started moving. I could individually throw them out without you needing to shoot the chandeliers. We could tactically go work our way from the back and then forward as they come to us. We don't have to do all three at the same time. Then you, Argenta, can continue with focusing targets as they run towards us. And
and then I will continue to throw the chandeliers down at them as they come to us. That should cover us all of the distraction we need for Lord Gerhard there to get into cover.
Well, I'll ready my bolter in preparation, aka hold an action, for when they get within 18 meters, or if Poul gives me the signal to start shooting.
So, the range for a sail is 20 meters. So, realistically, I can only target the first chandelier unless I move into the room.
Okay. Well, okay. How far would you have to go to be able to do the furthest one?
Furthest one, well, okay. If the central point of the chandelier is where it is,
Hmm.
then I'd need to get underneath the first one to target the last one.
Okay. That is quite a distance. That's... Cannot take it. I'm not trying to take an action. I'm trying to bloody...
Before you do anything, let me get in first. I need to find my position.
Absolutely. You give us the signal and we'll start raining hell from the ceiling.
Yeah, 10 meters, I guess. Yes, if I go...
Okay.
Do we try and sneak to the first one, and then...
We can try. I could always, I could try and intimidate them. Pull them towards us, get them closer so they're underneath the first one, and then I drop the first one on them.
Fair. We should take that... Thing is, we really should take the boss fellow out first, and he is right at the back. It's just if we don't take them by surprise, they may move out of the way of the chandeliers, and then...
I say take out the bulk as much as you can, with what you can. These orcs seem to like to fight. If they see a fight, they're gonna want to come to us. I'd like to start moving into position.
Otherwise, what is my longest range thing?
So I've got 5 meters.
My second longest range thing is Smite, which is 35 meters, which means I could just begin to hurt things as they get closer to us, and then I can think about a sail. And then after that, Grav Warp is 50 meters, but that maybe... I'm not entirely sure how useful that will be at the moment. How tall is the ceiling?
Ooh. Great question. 2 long wooden tables, 3 immense brass chandeliers.
Well,
it doesn't say, so I'm going to say about 10 meters at its highest point.
Well, my
So it's
range
kinda like
is 36 mid-range. I could literally shoot the chandelier from here, the furthest one, and then you could do the one after it. Could you reach the other one after it?
I would need to get roughly there, so I'd need to run into the room and then throw it down.
As long as you're close to the door, you have an exit. This is a solid plan. Do what you must. Bring them towards us.
Yeah, I have movement. I could do it.
All right. Are we agreed?
Yeah, I could. So, I'll shoot the first one. On that, you run in, You pull down the second one onto that group of mobs in the middle.
That I can do.
And then as they get closer, you pull down the third one on your...
This I can also do. Gerhardt, you
Okay.
get into cover. Let us know when you're ready. We'll get started.
I'll give you the signal. Okay. I would like
Okay.
to stealth.
You
to that dark
do
corner, to the dark
your
corner.
stealth roll then. How far are you going?
So I'd be going here. So 7 meters. Then another 7 to this corner.
Okay.
So all up 18 meters.
But hopefully all out of combat.
Cool. So it'd be 7 divided by 3 doesn't work. It'd be 3 stealth rolls. It's going to be a DN 3 on the first one, 4 on the second one, 5 on the third one. As you're getting closer and closer.
Okay. So just double checking with you. Where is it? Nope, that's not it. That's not
Use
it.
terrain?
That's not it. That's use terrain, yes. But there's one other. Where the fuck is it?
Is it one of the implants?
Yeah.
Secondary
that's
heart,
the one.
no. Osmodular, no. Bascopica, no.
Increases balance.
Ah, that's clutching at straws. Not having that. Memories, enable breathing, eyesight and low vision. Enhancing audio detection, improves balance, enables voluntary suspended emanation, radiation, filters poison, enhances sense of taste and smell.
That's the one.
The skill. I'm gonna say no on this one. But you do have your thingy-bob, the use the terrain, which is your plus rank, so extra 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, unpause. We're back in game time. Nice. Okay. You easily are able to get past. If you want to shift that dice, it'll mean the next one is also a DN3.
Okay, what was this one? DN what?
That one was DN3. The next one would have been DN4. But if you want to shift that dice, it'll still be a DN3. Because you did it. You stealthed so expertly.
Boom. 7 meters there.
Nice.
Okay. Another stealth. Jesus.
You can do it.
DN3.
Odds are in your favor. Yep.
With a crit! I'll say, as your crit, you are able to go the remainder of the way without being spotted, so no more need to throw that dice. You are stealthy as shit.
So from the corner, they see Gerhardt move with pretty fast speed, but staying very silent for all the armor he's in. He's like, oh, kind of, and then by the time you see him leave, he's already in the other corner, and he goes, and gives you the sign, ready to go.
You are the shadow.
Alright, so Tom, what is the DN of the furthest chandelier?
The chandeliers?
With Le Heavy Bolter.
Let's have a look. Each of the refractory's 3 chandeliers are supported by thick chains. The supporting chains have a resilience of 8 and possess 4 wounds. Destroying one of these chains causes the chandeliers to collapse into the room. That's great, but what's the defense? It's got a resilience of 8.
Well, the lowest the defense can be is 1.
And you're trying to hit a tiny thing, so it'd be a +3.
So 4 defense.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So it's a 4 defense, it's got a resilience of 8, it has 4 wounds, and when you roll to shoot, make sure you untick rapid fire, because it's applying twice, so just untick rapid fire.
Not that I.
Oh, is that what it's doing? Okay.
Not that I'm in any position to tell you what to do with your bolter, Argenta, but do make sure you take aim.
that was almost Paul saying, "Can I help?"
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So that
you
was
can.
me trying to remember if there was an actual move for ranged weapons to like take
Yeah.
aim. without-
What is the DN again? Sorry.
DN4.
DN4.
Be DN4, but you're wounded, so be DN5.
DN5. Q. Ooh, and then do I get a help action? What's your help?
No, I'm trying to encourage you to use the combat action take aim.
Oh, I
Which
thought
I
this
think-
would be a called shot.
It's
No,
kind.
it's an aim.
It's kind of a
Okay,
crump shot, but there's a thing
cool.
called aim, which
Yeah.
essentially means if you don't move, you get an extra dice pool. I think aim. If you click on the heavy bolter, there should be a little tick box that says aim. Just tick it, and it will give you one extra dice pool.
Okay.
It means you can't move, but it increases your chance of hitting something that we want to hit, right?
Yeah.
That's effectively what I was trying to do in character.
Cool.
But Argenta
So-
wasn't picking it up.
No.
So the DN is 5.
Yes, because of your wounded state. Make sure you untick rapid fire.
Yep, I've taken it off. Do I untick brutal?
No, you can keep brutal on, just untick the rapid fire dash short range and make sure you tick aim. So you should have 10 dice.
It's double dipping.
Hey, P. Joe, what's up? What are you angry about?
Meow meow.
Meow meow
I'm betting this game scares me.
meow.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, we've already got glory. Yeah, I'll shift for better result. And we're max glory, so yeah. Oh, can I shift for damage?
You can shift for damage. Which one are you aiming at? The far one?
Yeah.
34 meters. That would be mid-range, not short range.
The bunya.
Oh, that increase. No rapid fire.
Yeah, no rapid fire, but still.
Yeah, so that's fun. Cool.
Ooh, and then can I
Could
get
have been better.
And then can I
think
get
that's still applying rapid fire.
It is still applying rapid fire, so we just removed the last 4, which did all missed anyway. Oh, apart from 3, so it does 15 damage.
No, that's
Right.
Minus 1 AP.
Yep, minus 1 AP, and then I shifted 1 for damage, so that'd be. I'll just roll.
Why
it.
didn't you shift it then?
I'm sorry. I'm just
He's on Mac. You gotta forgive him.
He is on that. And that
Well, it doesn't matter
is...
anyway.
Cool, so let's have a look then. 15 minus 8. Calculator. I should be able to do that in my head, but I'm feeling slow. Calculator minus 8. 7 wounds get through of a possible 4. You're shooting at this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bolter. God, I wish I could see right now.
Oh, can you not? Oh,
no, because I'm in the corner.
Yeah.
Cool. So, as you shoot this chandelier, the heavy chains holding it together just become like paper under the power of this weapon, and you see the chain just snap and start crashing down. The orc at the very back, who is the only one near this chandelier, looks up, grabs one of his commandos, and shoves him underneath the chandelier, pushing him forwards. And this one
Use a ruin action.
gets squished for 12 plus 3 ED.
Is that a ruin action?
That is a leadership, which I believe
okay.
is that a rune action or is that just leadership?
I thought they can pull people into attacks using ruin.
Yeah, I think that's a ruin action, isn't it?
And is that
Ruin
also
leadership,
factoring
yeah.
my shift for better result?
I remember you saying that's one of the things they can do.
Yes. What is the better result you want? Because you aimed at a chandelier where there was not really anyone near it or under it. He could have just stepped away out of it when he saw it coming down, but instead he's thrown one of his elites underneath it. So I don't know what else good you could have gone out of there. Fire?
Yes, because isn't the candelabra covered in candles, which is usually made of fire, and is that a wooden table? I would like stuff to set on fire as my better result.
Okay.
Could always spend a narrative declaration that there's some sort of flammable or liquid
Yes.
on the table.
Yeah.
Narrative declaration. They're drinking loads of booze and getting pissed.
I mean, we already established that they're merrymaking. I mean, yeah, sure. If you want that to happen, as you shifted. So, the chandelier lands. This commando who's just been grabbed by the smaller orc gets flung underneath. He goes, "Oh, what that?" And just squished. And as the chandelier crashes down into the ground, causing a huge divot in the floor, the candles spread out and slowly start to set some things aflame in the room. Okay, and with that, we enter combat.
Ooh.
Can I grab everyone by doing this?
Ah, shit, I knew I should have set the stuff in the thing behind us on fire. Give Paul some ammunition.
Still could pull things from there.
That's fair.
It did
We
not
still
look
got-
particularly flammable. It was all metal and shit.
Oh, the fire and the flames I carry on. So far away, we wait for the day.
Is that everybody? Ah! The door's closed! I cannot see! Right. And with that then...
What is your duty?
To serve Emperor's will,
What is Emperor's will?
that we fight and die.
What is death?
It is our duty.
Who's up first?
I feel like Paul reacts to the initiative and quickly moves in to try and pull the chandelier down.
Okay, Paul.
Nice.
So he walks the 6 meters in, targets this chandelier here, and tries to pull it down in a way that he'll probably pull it down this direction to the right slightly to try and get both of these two groups.
Give me your DN4 mastery to see if you can pull this heavy chandelier out of its casings.
Let me find the button. Assail, there it is. DN4, so that turns us into a DN5 because I'm hurt. I'm rolling well.
Nice.
Do I?
Yes, Paul.
Oh, I used the wrath earlier. I'm actually down to 1. I'll
got
hold on to my
glory.
wrath, but I do have glory. Oh yeah, I've got glory.
We've got fucking loads.
Do you guys mind if I use 3 of the glory, half of it?
Go for it.
I mean, you do manage to do it.
I know I've succeeded.
That's a lot.
And yeah, I'm basically just fishing to see if I can get shift. I'll leave it to you.
I'll sanction 2.
Yeah.
I mean, you're welcome to spend it, but
Three-
shifting it isn't. The damage is set by the chandelier rather than by what you're physically trying to do more than anything else.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah. So it's this kind of angle you're trying to like whack it down onto, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pulling it diagonally down.
Cool. So, with the
These guys
force
seemed
of
closer, so it seemed easier.
the force of your will, you drag this chandelier out of its casing and fling it down into this 2 mobs of 10. The chandelier counts as an attack in the room with a blast 6 weapon, dealing 12 plus 3 ED damage. So with a blast 6, 6 of the orcs instantly are crushed beneath the weight of it.
Nice. So yeah, he sort of begins to sort of manipulate the warp around him, eyes glowing. Parts of his clothing and armor begins to sort of ripple with power as he kind of goes, "Argh!" Pulls it down as it yoinks out of the ceiling.
Nice, very nice. Anything else you would like to do?
I've done my movement and I've done my action, my main action. I don't think there's much in the way of simple actions that I can do. So I'm kind of stuck here.
Nice. So, end your turn.
Sail is just an action. Yeah.
Standing at the far end of the hall, you see this smaller orc raise his weapons high. He moves his cigar from one side of his mouth to the other and just goes, "Get 'em, lads!" As he spends a point of ruin. All orcs gain +1 bonus die to ballistic and weapons skill.
Oh, that's not good.
As he is going to use his movement speed of 6. He's going to try and skirt around the damage you've caused. And then he's going to try and pot shot at Poul with his slagger.
Shit.
Shit. Out of range. Is that right?
Haha!
Oh, they are 18 meters.
Your
It's
guns
a-
suck.
Pistol. Why has he got a pistol?
Heavy.
But he has a
heavy
pistol.
bolter.
Cause he's a bitch.
He's a
Oh, thank God.
bitch.
Need to get into cover.
Yeah, so he just moves up. I suppose then he's going to use his full... he's going to run instead, which is double? Run?
Simple action to
God.
double, yeah.
Yeah, so it goes from 6 to 12.
Oh, I still had a simple action. Maybe I could have done that.
Oh shit.
The retreat.
Is running simple action?
Run.
Sprint
Can't
is triple, run is double, and charge is double with extra 1 ED damage. But sprint is a full round action, I believe.
And tell who's read things.
Hang on. I had passed through, but I had forgotten.
Range and movement. Standard movement. During your turn, you can move your speed in meters. You don't have to use all the movement. You can move as little or as much as you want. There's no additional movement cost for changing your elevation if you're using an inclined staring ladder. Running. When you run, you move double your speed. If you run, you may not perform a simple action during your turn. And you cannot run if you've already performed a simple action. Sprinting is triple your speed, but is a full round action. So he is going to run forward and now hopefully maybe take
range.
a pot shot at Poul over here.
P is
Can he do it?
Maybe I should have been able to do a run as a simple action then.
He just manages to land it.
Uh-oh.
But with 10 on the damage,
I have a resilience of 8.
you have a resilience of 8.
So
I'm assuming you want to roll determination, yeah?
I do, yes.
Alright.
Make sure you've got yourself selected when you do that.
Ooh. Yeah, I've got myself selected and I've also got myself targeted, just in case.
But you have a exalted icon.
Do I?
Can't you see that?
What am I
No.
looking at?
No, you can't see it. There you go. Now you can see it. So that's your determination roll. So you got a 4, 1, 5, and a 6. So with an exalted, you gain 1 shock.
I haven't rolled it yet.
No, I've rolled it for you because we figured out last session that if you guys roll determination, it fucks up. So for now, I'll roll determination for you.
Oh, I mean, I could have tried for myself because I had myself selected. But okay, no, I see what you're saying. Sorry. Determination. Yeah, any exalted reduces any shock received by 1.
Okay, so
For
you
each,
have.
for each exalted.
Say again?
For each exalted.
Yeah, so instead of 6, you're on 5.
Yep.
Cool. Next up.
I'm still on 5 out of 8 though. I can't afford too many more.
Who's next? We've got Poul, we've got Argenta, or we've got Gerhardt.
Ooh, I can go then. We're trying to lure them out. So I'm going to aim at this bastard, Big Chopper, with my heavy bolter. Ooh, DN6, but I've got...
One of each of these. Ah, I could have run.
You could
I
have.
could have run.
You could have run.
The more you know.
Reading the rules is handy.
I know, I had read it. I just forgot that one. I just assumed.
Can I put myself in half cover whilst I try and shoot round the corner of this door?
I can argue that you're in half cover, yeah. Half cover.
Okay. Cool. And then I'm going to use my aim.
You haven't moved. You are able to aim. Make sure you untick rapid fire.
He's within 18 meters.
No, in the chat dialogue bit where it says rapid fire dash short range, untick it there because it's already applying it. So you don't need to double apply it.
Cool, cool, cool.
Oh, 3 shifts are possible.
Holy moly.
I'm gonna... Yeah, fuck it. I'm shifting... Can I shift 2 for damage and 1 for a better outcome?
What is the better outcome you're trying to get?
Well, I was possibly dealer's choice, but in an ideal world, I would like to shoot possibly the gun out of his hand. But
You
that would
can't
be a
do
cool
that because that's a
shot.
cool shot. This is like
that's what I mean.
I'm,
So
I'm
what-
happy.
what
I'm
is
happy
this
to
as
ask
like
for but I want to know what you want. Like, what are you trying to gain from saying I want a better outcome? Do you know what I mean?
I don't think better outcome applies to attacks. You can either
No,
shoot for
I didn't think.
glory or damage. That's for skill tests.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Wasn't there
Because
a
the
rule
better
clarification?
outcome would be the damage, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then just all 3 shifts to damage then.
Nice one. So right click and say shift to damage, shift to damage, shift to damage.
Otherwise,
Otherwise,
wasn't
combat
there
would
a
suck.
rule?
Everyone would be like, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't there a rule that if you had an X number of shifts, you could turn it into a called shot?
There's
so much
in an
discussion happened over the last 10
interaction. I think in
No,
an
that's
interaction attack, if you shift 3 dice, you get to make a player's call. I think they call it.
Okay.
So Ed, I'm not seeing you right clicking and shifting damage.
I've right-clicked. All I can see is reroll failed. I don't
Have
know.
you- have
Are you
It's
right clicking
left click.
on
Left click.
left click?
I left clicked. I left clicked dice.
If I left click on it to highlight it, and then right click to shift damage.
Oh, I left click to highlight, and then right click to shift damage.
Yeah.
There he is.
I'm gonna do another one because you forgot one of them. There you go. Right, now roll damage. So should all automate.
Fuck your mag.
I pressed it and nothing's happening.
Have you
Fuck
got
it.
the guy? Oh, you do have the guy targeted.
Yeah. I'm pressing, bro!
I'll roll for you, don't worry.
Oh, I did. Yeah. Shit. And then do I click apply damage? Or do you do that?
My God. Jesus.
Oh.
Okay, tell me what happens.
She sees this guy start coming over, attacking Poul. That chandelier was supposed to kill you, foul xenos. Get your dirty hands away from our psyker! And just fucking unloads.
Oh, Arjana, I am touched.
Cool. So, as you unload into the orc that's running towards you, he sees you taking aim and grabs one of the orc boys and spends another ruin to make sure the attack doesn't hit him instead. As you absolutely decimate an orc boy, pelting him full of lead. Nice. Anything else you want to do?
No, because I used aim. I can't
Cool.
do anything else. I can't move. And that was my narrative bit then.
Nice. Okay. We move up the turn order then. This commando.
Wait,
He's
so
at the back.
is there a ruin down? Is that?
Yeah,
did
so he's
you
gone
have
from
one
2
before?
to 1.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was on one.
Yeah, I thought it was on.
Had
one.
3. Spent 1 at the back, which would have been 2. And then 1 there. So he'd now be on 1.
So,
Where else would you have done ruin?
that's right. I just showed one before. Maybe it's just not showing us right.
I think it's because I forgot I used determination, which would have spent 1 ruin. And then I suddenly realised, why am I doing determination when I should be using his leadership skill instead of using determination? So it probably spent the 1 ruin, and then I realised I shouldn't have done that.
I gotcha.
Okay. Which one was it again? This one. This guy. This commando's gonna run into the fray as well. As he sprints forward. 12 meters, skirting the devastation of orcs below. Who can he see? He can't see Gearhart. He can see Poul out in the open. He's the easy target. He's gonna shoot. Can he land?
Music's so good.
Very much fitting with the setting.
Oh,
Wrath complication.
a complication. He is an elite, so he can roll complications.
Weapon jam.
Ah, weapon jam. So, not only does he not hit you, Poul, his weapon is jammed. No, he doesn't. DN4, I have 3.
Oh.
It's probably because of the distance. He's shooting from a long range.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much he can do for now. It is all he can do for now. So, Gearhart, you're up.
Okay, still trying to be stealthy.
Okay.
I'm peeking around the corner so I can see what I can see.
Sure. Can you see what you want to see?
I can.
You peek around the corner, you see A flood of orcs started to make their way down the long hall. At the very back, you can see some small fires starting to catch on the woodwork. As they're all making their way towards you, there are 2 chandeliers that are broken and destroyed on the floor, and 1 chandelier still high in the air.
Okie dokie. I'm going to get back into the corner, and I am going to hold an action. We'll hold my turn to interrupt.
Nice. You hold your turn to interrupt. I did read the rules on this, just for clarity, before we move forward. To interrupt, you have to roll initiative against the person you tried to interrupt.
Okay.
Okay.
So you roll initiative off. Whoever gets the more token icons goes first. Yeah?
Sure.
You've got reasonable high initiative, don't you?
He has. He's got a good initiative. Okay, so the next person on the turn order is this mob of orcs. Orc boys.
Oh,
And they, seeing their friends hit the deck, get up, it's time to kill them bloody oomies! And they're going to run along the top of the table. Chasing forward. What is that? Cunning plan. Nope, delete that.
I didn't plan.
I feel I've got a cunning plan.
Is one of them called Podrick?
And this mob of orc boys, they're charging forward towards Poul, who's pretty much the only thing they can see. Gerhardt still being super stealthy. And they are going to also shoot with their sluggers. Let me just remember what was get 'em, lads. +1 bonus to ballistic and weapon skill. Forgot to add that. Ballistic 1, weapon 1. Cool. Right, they're going to shoot at Poul as they're charging towards you. This is a interesting sight for you.
Mm-hmm. Holy moly.
They are a troop, so the critical doesn't do anything, but
Still very successful.
they are still very successful.
Die.
Oh. Right, you try to play it, clear everything that you're targeting, and then just target yourself and see if it happens.
I've got only myself targeted.
Go for it.
And selected. Right. Deny the witch does not apply.
It does
Alright.
not.
Ah, that could be worse.
Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Converted non-wounds.
That
Delicious
doesn't
nan.
sound right, does it? I'm not
So you
convinced it's
convert
working properly. Right. Because has that applied anything damage-wise or shock or anything like that?
No, nothing's changed.
No. I think I have to apply the damage for now. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Dice pool 4.
Can you apply the damage again?
Oh, hang on, something
Oh,
just
that's
happened.
it.
Yeah, because I rolled it, so it worked. Can I edit the test? Yes, I can edit the test. So let me just reveal that to everyone. Edit the test. I mean, the roll was the same. So you recover the same wounds, but I will say that you can recover 2 shock as well, because obviously you rolled that. So you are back. You were on 7, you're back down to 5 again. Okay? We okay with all that?
I think so, yeah.
So apply damage doesn't seem to work, so I'll apply it, but your original roll was 2 exalted icons, which would have been
Yes.
your wounds, but then you'd got your shock as well. So you're all good, I think.
Cool. I'm holding on. Holding on. 5 out of 8 wounds, 5 out of 8 shock.
Right, I will keep going then, James, until you tell me you want to do something, okay? So this commando, it's his turn. He's going to sprint forward as well, skirting around the chandelier. He gets to about there.
Okay, I'm going to try interrupt.
Go for it. So I will roll his initiative. DN doesn't matter. So you only have to beat 1.
Okay.
Nice!
Looks
You
like it.
easily interrupt the initiative and you are able to go before them. Go for it.
That's one there. I'm going to use a simple action to... What is it? Well, no, I'm going to run, so I can't use a simple action. To get to here.
Yep. That is something you can do.
My Eviscerator out.
I'm happy to have said you equipped that while you were doing your stealthies, so that's fine.
Nice. So I kind of... I see Poul getting pummeled, and I go, "Over here, xenos scum!" And I leap onto the chairs and tables with my eviscerate out. I'm going to take a swing at this guy.
Do it.
Right. Okay, and we do that.
Oh, look at those.
Easy.
1, 2, 3. I can only You know what? I'm gonna go with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna re-roll the 4s.
Same outcome.
Nice. Still 2 shifts possible. Okay. I am going to. Don't need none for glory. That's fine.
Yeah, you're on 6 glory.
1 to make him bleed. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna shift on to make him bleed.
Okay.
Get a point of wrath. And then I'm gonna shift 1 to damage.
Nice.
And then I will roll damage. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna re-roll these. 20 damage, AP 4. Do I apply?
I think if you apply damage, it works against me. So give it a go, see what happens.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I think it does, yeah. All right, here we go. 18 wounds, Jesus.
Wow.
Oh!
Is he using Ruin for this?
He doesn't have any ruin.
Wait, does he have to?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah, because he's an elite.
Yeah, I don't know if that's working. I think I have to just click apply damage because it's not actually
I
doing
think
it.
you have to do it. Yeah,
I mean,
you have
either
to
way-
choose whether you want to do the determination, yeah.
Yeah, either way, he's why has Paul received the damage? God damn it.
Did you have me?
I had you targeted. You were on 6?
I was on 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5,
That was
5 out
5
of
and
5.
5, basically. 5 and 5.
Nice. Right. Okay,
I'd like
either
to
way,
not be dying.
Gerhardt, tell me what you do to this guy.
I run up onto the table, kick a chair out of the way, and just go and cut him in half.
Nice. You carve him in twain. And can you roll your DN4 willpower test for frenzy, please?
Yes, that can. DN4, it's DN3.
Is it DN3? Oh no, you went
says
up. Sorry, you went up to willpower 4. Yes, it is DN3. You have
I'm going to
wrath.
use wrath.
Nice.
I would like to use glory.
You've got plenty of it.
I'm gonna dose ×2.
×2. Cool.
Yep.
Okay, you're down to 4 glory. Oh, no!
A shame.
Unfortunately, Gerhard, as you are covered in this black ichor from the orc, you start to feel the effect come over you as you fall into your gene seed frenzy.
Nice. I'm going to, as a free action, I pull out my chainsaw and go.
Cool. You do that. Wonderful.
Wait a minute. I moved from here. I ran. I have 14 meters, so I'm gonna come to here.
Sure, you jump off the table. Get into there, did you say?
Yeah, so I was here, so that's beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep. Yeah. Okay.
Nice. So you are engaged with this guy.
Nice.
Okay.
I hope he
so,
says yes.
Right, running through the turn order, this mob of 6 orcs, they're just seeing people being crushed below them. They fucking oomies! This is the right scramping! And they are going to charge towards the only, the threat that they can see right in front of them. As they rage ahead of you with their choppers swinging.
Should be DN8 to hit me.
DN8. Let's have a look. Chopper. DN5. So I need to add because it's doing parry 1, isn't it? Yeah, it's doing parry 1. Right. No. DN8. Let's go. Wog. They miss as Gerhard, you dance around this mob of orcs who are trying to hit you with their choppers. Stinking Umi, stand still! We quickly power through. This mob of 10, they see you having all the fun and they charge in and say, wait, don't forget about us! As they are going to do the same thing with a DN8. Chopper, DN8. Can they break through his defenses? Oh, that's some terrible rolling. Gerhard, you are a blur. You are battling them off with the chainsword. It's parrying them away. You're even using the eviscerator held up on your shoulder to kind of just keep them at arm's length as they're dancing around you. You are untouchable. This mob is also going to run forward, but they are going to run up this way, ignoring the thick of it happening with Gerhard. They're going to take aim. Can they do anything? Tapul. It gets through.
It hits, yep.
It hits.
Oh, they've got so many shifts against me.
We
because
shift.
I've got a low defense.
You have a low defense. Damage goes through. We click apply damage. Determination.
Holy moly. Am I dying there? What happened?
You are now dying as you only converted 1 of the wounds.
Ah, shit, I'm looking at the wrong card. I can't use Wrath on Determination die, can I?
I don't think so.
You determined last session we could, because the last determination I rolled you in. Yeah, I see no reason not to.
Oh no, you're right. If I right click on it, it says reroll failed. So yeah, if you want
I
to.
would like to attempt to please.
Okay, rerolled fail. Can you right-click on it and do it?
I can't.
We do have glory too, Paul.
Oh, I can use glory on determination as well.
You can use
Ooh.
wrath, right?
I mean, if you can use wrath, I'm assuming you can use glory as well.
Yeah.
So you've got rid of one of them. So hang on, you were on 5 before, weren't you?
5 and 5, I was.
So you're on 5. You've had 5 wounds applied. You're now on 4 wounds applied. So
I'd still be dying.
you'd still be dying. So you'd need glory to pass it.
Did you guys mind if I did some glory?
Yeah, that's fine.
Could I use
Just leave enough for
3?
seize the initiative.
Yeah, okay, so I'll use 3, so we've got 1 left. Then,
Okay,
seize.
roll 3d6, please. Come on, 6s. Oh, that is unfortunate.
I am dying.
You are
Jesus.
dying, but you get the exalted icon, so you're on 5 shock, not 6.
If I only converted 1 and it was an icon, exalted icon, then I recover the one that I received.
So although you are pelted with slag of fire, you're not quite as shocked as you thought you were.
Yeah, I'm not shocked that they got through my defenses.
Yeah. Okay, and last person in the turn order is the commando at the very back, who is also going to charge forward.
I fall on the ground and I try to play dead.
Nice. And they are going to shoot at Gearhart. If they roll a complication, there is every chance they're going to hit their friends.
I'm dying. What can I do is dying.
As they shoot out with that slagger. They hit.
193.
12 applied damage. Rolling determination.
I have 6 with my implant.
Dice pool 1.
Should I roll?
Oh, nice.
You forgot my implant.
There you go. So instead of taking the 1, you just have 2 shock. Nice.
Okay, is that with the dice pool 6 for determination?
Fuck's sake, why does it not show you? There, I've just revealed it. So it's got 6 there.
Okay, nice.
For some reason, when I do the determination, it hides it from everyone.
Yeah, it re-hid mine after you rolled the wrath for me.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, I was like, I can't
Reveal
see
to
what's
everyone.
happening.
There you go. I don't know why determination would be hidden. That's weird. Okay, that is 1 round of combat.
Oh god.
We are now into round 2. Gentlemen, who would like to go first?
Well. So, I suppose if Agenta saves Paul, then I can seize the initiative after.
Ooh, that's a good shout.
Good. The only other thing that I would do if it was me would be to try and pull the chandelier down and try and get as many people as possible.
Stop talking nonsense. Just get healed.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what I would do if it was
Like,
me.
here's a bad idea. Do that.
Yeah.
Do you want some bad ideas? I can provide. Also, should I have rolled a memorable injury because I'm now dying?
Yes, we have a roll table for that.
Can you, after you heal, can you move?
Torn foreskin. I'm calling it now.
On a yeah, because you can do a combat action and then you can move. Yeah, so that's fine. Right, if you go into,
Oh, there it is. I found it.
if you go into the
You
roll
do not have
table.
permissions to roll.
Oh, right, okay. What about now?
Yes.
Okay, roll it. Broken jaw.
Ow.
Argenta shuts the door. That's gonna hurt.
So
It's kind of start
as
sounding like Waterboy or Little Nicky.
Okay, that's
As
gonna
these-
affect how I flavour this.
sluggers are shooting in at you, one of them just catches you a glancing blow on one of the metal plates in your head, and the force impact of it cracks your jawline. That's a painful, memorable injury. Okay, but gentlemen, I need to know who's going first.
Not me.
Argenta's doing some healing of Paul. She runs over, catches him, and she just grabs his face and just tries to snap that jaw back in with some healing hands.
Do you snap a broken jaw in? That's a dislocated jaw. But you can do that, that's fine.
It's 40k healing. It's brutal.
Yeah.
No, she just does it like this. May the power of the Emperor heal you! And just slaps him in the face with a Medicaid pack.
Nice. Go for it.
Ow.
So, Medicaid.
Roll that wrath.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the wrath.
You have 2 wrath. Oh my god!
There we go!
It's
Ah,
the
shit.
Clutch Lord herself.
Yes, she just goes, by the power of the Emperor compels you! Let your savage blows be a shining light in your further fight! And slaps him in the face.
Nice, nice. I will give you back your wrath for that beautiful flavouring, and I assume you're going to shift all the dice for extra healing.
Yes.
Yeah. So as Paul, you get slapped across the face. You rise from the proverbial grave with 3 wounds.
And
As he gives you 5 back.
And then she uses the next 2 meters and dives. I presume this is like a table?
Yeah, that's a table.
She dives and crouches behind the table.
Sure. Wait, you diving or are you... If you're diving, you're going prone. If you're running to it and then going lower...
She's not diving prone. She's like running and jumping across to it with her back
Okay.
against the table.
Cool, that's fine. I'll give you half cover then. Anything else?
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go...
I'd like to seize.
You
Please.
are able to do so by spending your last point of glory, Gerhardt. The frenzied,
That's a free-
bloodthirsty. What are you going to do?
Yes. Okay. As a free action, which is a fast draw, I'm gonna put the chainsaw away, and I'm looking. I'm going. My chainsaw, my eviscerator, and I'm gonna go for a big swipe, and I'm going to multi-target these 3.
Nice.
Nice.
They're all in range.
And,
This is fine.
I need to add all that attack. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to do all 3. Do I? DN9. That's a bit.
You get extra
Yeah, I might just.
dice against the mobs.
I do. Yeah. Okay.
Plus
I'm
rank icons to any successful attack against.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try it. Let's not be a bitch about this. Okay?
You've got wrath, so you can re-roll, can't you?
Yeah. Let's not be a bitch about this. Come on, guys. 1.
That's a good roll. And a crit!
3.
Here we fucking go!
Oh.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do Savage Echoes,
Nice.
and then I'm gonna. This is against the Commando, so I can't do that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Savage Echoes.
Nice.
Oh,
1, 2. I'll roll the complication first, and then I'll re-roll my dice because
Sure.
I can.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, fuck me.
Spectacular.
Okay. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nice. You hit all 3 people.
All right, so for the Orc boys, I am now going to add 3 icons because they are mobs.
Mm-hmm.
And with you, an extra 3 icons.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay.
wow.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I even really. Oh, I'm going to use Wrath on this last one.
Sure. Oh.
3 shifts possible now. So
Wow. Okay.
And I'll roll damage, obviously.
Nice.
Oh, I got a crit as well, didn't I?
You got
You
a
did,
crit.
you
That's
did.
right, against the Commando. Where's that?
Ferocious rending.
Oh. 3 wounds and is vulnerable for 2. Nice.
And we also have another glory, and I gain a point of Wrath due to my crit.
Nice.
So,
Wrath machine.
rolling damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna re-roll these. All right, take it from 17 to 20. So 20 damage, and yeah, the mob stuff.
Nice. So we'll do the Commando first, as he isn't going to roll determination. You absolutely destroy this Commando with the huge eviscerator as it comes arcing down and carving into his body. With the return, you start hacking at the mob. So what are we on? We've got the first mob. You had 12 successes on a DN8. So you've
5.
hit DN8.
9, 10, 11, 12. 5.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
so
you
5
hit.
hit.
You killed 5. Sorry, I thought you meant there was a DN5. Yeah. And the same one, you had a DN8 and a 15.
8.
So you utterly destroy this mob as you kill a fuck ton of orcs. And this orc mob, as they've lost 5, let me just read something. Oh no, that's when they roll a complication, which they've not done, but they do have to roll a resolve test because they're now at half, which I think they are going to fail, seeing as they have 1 resolve. Not Commando. Why am I doing Commando? The Orc Boys. So the Orc Boys are feared, and they are going to try and run away from you on your turn. They have, they are routing. Nice.
They're gonna run away on my turn.
No. When it's their turn, they'll try and run away.
Oh, okay.
They're routing,
I forgot
essentially.
to roll my I forgot to do my willpower at the start of the turn, but that's fine. I got all our attack, I suppose. So
If you want to
as a
roll it
free
now, you
action-
can do.
You sure?
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I thought it was at the start. All
I
right.
know we
give
said
it a
it's at
go.
the start, but we forgot.
Okay. DN3, dice pool 4.
DN3 succeeds. You manage to just about rein it back in.
My eyes go from so red, the teeth go back in, and as a free action, all that attack should stay because I get a -2 DN defense to it.
Oh,
that lasts until the start of my turn. Yeah, the frenzy's gone, but that should remain because I have a debuff.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. So as a free action, I step forward over the orc, the commando corpse with the chainsaw now and go. The red eyes go away and I go, come, xenos scum, show me your worth. And I'm going to step up in his face.
Nice. Okay. That is your turn. Yeah. Amazing.
Is there anything else I can do?
All right, unless you have got glory, so you can try and seize the initiative. Otherwise, I will be going.
I am not going to take any more glory from you guys.
Wonderful. So, we have Captain Sly Stabber. Gerhard? Where did you go? Oh. Right. You were underneath the dead commander. I thought I deleted you.
Yeah, I'm hiding.
That's good hiding. Right.
Wearing the skin of the orcs.
Captain Sly Stabber sees you decimating his troops. And he is going to... He is going to... He's going to try and whomp you on the head. See what he can do. Let's go.
So, my usual DN is 8, -2 from all out attack, so it should be 6.
Yeah.
He's
Not 56.
So.
Oh.
That's fine. We can say
56 is fine. Did we say 6 or 5? Sorry. 5, 6, 6.
So it should be 8, -2, 6.
6. Amazing. Right, he's rolling. Ooh. He's going to try and re-roll some of these. Can he do any better? Yes, he can! And a critical! He's an adversary. He can crit. Roll the crit first.
I know. 5 mortal wounds.
Oh, wow. Gerhard, you suffer 5 mortal wounds as this big chopper carves into your chest, tearing up the ceramite and starting to rip at the delicate organs underneath. He's going to roll damage.
Oh my god.
Apply damage.
I'm gonna obviously to try determine
Yep.
with the 6 die.
Public roll. There we go. Public roll.
You can do glory if you need as well. I know we've only got the one.
No, use that to seize initiative.
Okay.
Gerhard, unless you want to roll Wrath, you've currently
roll
received 5 wounds and 2 shock. I'm gonna roll Wrath. You can see that roll though, can't you?
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wrath it.
Reroll failed. Oh, that's better. You converted 5 instead, so that takes it from you were on 5. That's an extra 2. So you only took 3 wounds there, so I'll give you 2 back. So you are on 7 wounds. You are not dead, but you are injured. As the big chopper cuts into you. Can he do anything else? Ooh.
Of course, he turned into a crit. What a prick.
I know. That's unfortunate.
Ooh.
Yes.
So, as all this is going on, he carves into you with the big chopper, cutting a huge portion of your chest plate out. He then spends a point of ruin to use his cunning exfiltrator as he moves out of combat.
He's a rogue as well.
He is a rogue as well. He's canningly brutal, not brutally canning. And he's going to roll stealth to try and hide.
Fuck.
Okay, so to try and find him, you're going to have to succeed on a DN6 test as he's trying to disappear into the shadows. Right, Paul, you're up next.
Oh, Jesus. The last few moments of the battle has made me
I saw a
consider so
ring
many
happening. I
different
don't know what
things.
you were trying to do. Were you trying to pull the... Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably...
I was.
what you were-
So with this, I was trying to measure how big it was to get an idea of who I could get with splash damage,
Oh...
right? Type of thing.
Yeah, I get you.
Well, so that's what I was trying to do.
You
with
can
that.
still try and do it.
And then I was also thinking, well, okay, no. So the
Well,
two individual targets.
Focus on what you can do and what you can't do.
I know.
We don't need to
So-
hear about what you can't do. Do what you can do.
So I'm going to ask a question to figure out if this is something
Go
that
for
I
it.
can do. Can I
Mhm.
use a sail
Mm-hmm.
to flip? Not necessarily throw a great distance, but flip, because I appreciate the size of this table. Flip this long table that this mob.
That all the
that
orcs are
guy
on.
is Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you could do that. It's not going to be damaging, but it'll be affecting. Like, you're not going to kill a load of orcs by flipping the table, but you'll certainly, like, get them prone.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a psychic flavored interaction attack type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm wondering
I'm
if that could be effective in the long term. If I could flip it and have the table kind of be like on top of them or something.
Yeah. If you want to try and flip the table, it'd be DN. It's a big, heavy table.
Yeah, so I had two different like questions on that. Could I either use grab walk to just fling the entire table upwards, or use a sail to flip it? Whichever was easier.
You can do either. I'm not going to tell you which one to go for, but in my head there's a clear winner. But you can do either.
Fuck, what's in your head?
How tall are these ceilings?
You
I think we'd said it's about 10 meters up at the apex, because it's kind of like a this shape where you have the chandelier here.
Yeah, so I would aim the table towards the top of the thing. I think that would be more effective, because then they either take damage as they hit the ceiling, and then they might also take damage as they fall.
And if the table lands on them as well.
It'd land on Gearhart if you try and move it into the center, though.
True, but by the time it's Gerhardt's turn, though, he might be able to avoid it.
Do not drop shit on me.
Can't you just lift it up? Why does it have to go on?
No, but that's the thing. I could lift it and hold it there as long as.
Oh,
it's
is it
50 meters,
sustained?
I can sustain.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
then
up to
he
you.
can-
You do what you want. What I will point out is you are currently prone.
I know. What's my movement if I'm prone? It's half, isn't it?
Prone.
I did just look at it, and I've not taken the information in.
Can't you just lift it up and drop it?
You can do. Yeah.
And
I could do, but
200.
I'd want to maximize it by going up to the full distance.
Exactly,
Crow.
and then just drop.
You're
No,
knocked
but
down, your
it's
defense is
kind of
reduced by
roof.
2 against any attack made by a threat within 5 meters of you. Your defense is increased by 1 when you're attacked by 6 meters or more. Standing up is a free action on your turn. If you stand up on your way, you can only use the standard movement option. You can't run.
All right. Okay. Okay.
You wouldn't be able to brace or aim. So it'd be free action stand up. You get lower
Still got my
defense.
normal movement.
Yeah, you still get your normal movement. You just won't be able to run.
Okay. Here's something I could do then. I could use then all of that movement to try and sort of get myself underneath this table over here then. Stand up, go my full distance, squeeze underneath the table.
Yeah? What are you trying to do?
Never me- Well, I'm trying to use the table to give me as much cover as possible by being underneath it.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll give you half cover if you're doing that, not full cover.
Okay. Like I said, as much as I can. So I will do that. I'm
So
also saying
Paul
because
is
I'm
now
underneath it, I'm also
staying
still
prone,
underneath it.
cowering under this table. Yep.
But I can still see things. I can still use my psychic powers.
Sure, yeah.
So now I'd like to, as effectively as possible, lift using grav warp this table and the people, and therefore anyone that stood on top of it. But my target is the table.
Sure. Give me a DN. Give me a DN 6 mastery roll, psychic mastery.
Oh, just psychic mastery, not rolling on the.
Yeah, because it's you're trying to do weight rather than like something's willpower.
Yes.
So you're trying to lift something by its weight.
Right. I could change the D on the grav warp test. If that
You can
helps.
change it.
Yeah. So could
I
make
mean,
it
yeah,
D6,
either way, yeah. So it'd be just a DN 6 on the grav warp test then.
which turns into a 7 because I'm injured.
Would the orcs have to roll some kind of athleticsy check whilst they're on it?
We'll find out.
We'll see if I can succeed at lifting this table.
Come on.
Oh, perils of the warp!
Perils of the warp, but I do succeed.
You do succeed with
But
one
for-
shift possible.
The shift doesn't give me anything, but I will do a glory.
That'll do.
Right, before anything happens though, perils of the warp, sinister chorus.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So James, we've got perils of the warp.
I gain 1 ruin. Everyone roll their DN3 willpower test.
Is that fair?
Fair?
Fear.
Fear.
Oh, fear.
New Zealand
Fear.
accent.
No, it's DN3 willpower or you're hindered.
Oh,
So just DN3 willpower, please.
Alright, okay.
Does my...
Ooh.
Is there anything
this
from...
man's a fucking menace. Nice.
Come on. What did I get? Oh, I failed. Shit. Oh well.
I succeeded, but I got a wrath complication. Oh, no. No. I'm gonna... Oh, for
No, you-
fuck's...
Yeah, you did.
I failed. Can I spend a glory?
You've got 2 glory.
Because all I need is 1 more.
I did give us a glory, so feel free.
Yeah. We need enough to seize.
Yeah, we've got what? Yeah, we've got 1 to seize. How do I use glory? 'Cause it
Just roll
says
an
reroll
extra
wrath.
dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can right click and then just edit test and.
Fuck's sake.
Okay. You are hindered.
Oh, wait, can I spend my wrath?
You meant to use wrath before glory.
Ah, fair, fuck it. No, I'm hindered.
But it looks like many of the other orcs are becoming hindered too.
Yeah.
And what I will say is... because you and Sly Stabber got complications on both of your rolls, it's hindered 2, not hindered 1.
Oh my fuck's sake.
Sorry. Thank you for the heals.
Okay. And then
Okay.
I really don't want to roll a complication, but
Oh, no, that's the complication. So you just got hindered 2. So you don't have to roll complication.
fuck's sake.
Okay.
It's only for one round, though, at least.
But
Okay.
you do lift this table up into the air.
Yes, I'm going to crash it into the ceiling as fast as I can. Basically, at the force of 1 G.
So
Oh, shit.
both of the orcs are hindered.
Oh, yeah.
Both of
The
the
mob
orcs
and
are
the
hindered
guy.
on that. So I'm going to give them an athletics roll. If they succeed on a... If they succeed on a DN5, they can jump off. If they can't, they're fucked.
Cool.
That'd be a DN6 because they're hindered.
Nice. Come on! Being creative.
Alright,
with
first
my ability.
ones. They... Through the singing, it's just so annoying. Their poor orky ears aren't used to all of this. And they cannot get off. That's a bit loud. Shush you. They stay there. The commando, he's going to roll his athletics. DN6. Can he do it?
No.
No. So you throw them up into the air as they hit the ceiling with great force. God, what would that even be?
So, pretend they've fallen 10 meters. That's the impact that they've now made to the ceiling. With the table crushing them, I guess. If that helps make things easier.
Yeah, let's have a look. Uh,
It's effectively force damage with, I don't know, extra table.
I want the table fall on them on the way down.
Well,
Don't-
I'm holding it up. Well, I'm holding it up, so I'm holding the table against them, against the ceiling for now, until Gerhardt gets out of the way, and then I can release it, and then they just come crashing down again.
right, so you fall a distance of 5 meters or more, you suffer falling damage. You suffer 1 mortal wound plus 1d3 mortal wound for every extra 5 meters you fall. I'm going to say, because we're going straight up, otherwise it'd tip them off. It's not going to be the 10, but it is definitely more than 5.
Alright.
So
I'll take whatever. I'll take
this
whatever I can
one
get.
is going to take 1 mortal wound on the way up and 1 mortal wound on the way down. And the same
I
again.
haven't let go.
Well, you're crushing them against it, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just
So
holding
it's-
it there because I don't want to get Gerhardt when I
Okay.
let go.
So there's 1 mortal wound because he's gone up there, and one of the mobs instantly gets crushed as he's unable to hold his weight against it. Okay.
So now I'm sustaining Gravwarp with the table pressed against the ceiling.
Yeah. I'll say as well that these guys are vulnerable as they're being pinned up against the ceiling. Okay. Anything else?
I've done my stand up and get over to this table. I'm proned myself underneath the table, so half cover plus prone.
Boom.
Sorry, sorry, Argenta. Sorry, Gerhardt, for the hindrances.
These ones are going
I've
to
dealt
try
with the mobs and a guy, so.
and do another DN6 test
No, I
to
passed.
just get out of it.
Oh, nice. Sorry, Argenta. I do appreciate the heals, though.
I'm hindered again!
They are stuck in place. None of them are able to weasel out from underneath the power of your force. So they're done. These orc boys, they are scared of Gerhardt and are going to try and run away as their spirit is broken. Gerhardt, anything you want to do?
Reflexive.
Go for it. They are running away. You are able to reflexively attack them.
Is with the chain soured. Yeah, actually, I still have all out of attack. Yeah. That makes sense.
Nice. Whew.
4, 5. Shifts possible? 1.
Oh, that's a shame. Look at all of those 4s and 5s, though.
I mean, you could shift it for glory, couldn't you? Because you don't need all of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna shift to glory. And that leaves 13.
Nice. Roll for damage.
Oh yeah. Rerolling.
A 1 again. Bastard. Okay. I can see what's happening here. Ah, fuck off. Can't see what's happening here.
Why are you hitting yourself?
God, Gearhart, what were you on?
Oh.
7? I think it was 7 because you were on 9 and you got 2 back. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I'll take 6. That's fine. Whatever.
Right.
Definitely 6.
Gerhard, describe what you do to this poor, defenseless mob of orcs who are trying to run away from you.
As they do, I kind of like, oh, Christ, no, you don't. And I just cut all their heads off, and you just see 5 heads go around them.
Nice. As you slay the mob. Okay. Next up is this mob of orky boys. They are... They've seen a lot of shit. The tables started flying. Their captain has disappeared. They're seeing heads being slaughtered left, right, and centre. They're unsure, but they can see someone nearby, so they're going to try and attack them. As they raise their slaggers. Go for it.
I feel like I would like to steal initiative.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you do that? You've already had a turn this round.
Yeah, maybe I can. Okay.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
So they're going to try and shoot.
I thought that was a reaction just then. I didn't think that was a turn.
I know, but he slaughtered the 2 mobs and the commander.
Yeah.
Right, they're going to shoot. You'll have parry it, won't you? So it'd be DN 5?
I don't have any parry to range, so...
Oh, shit,
should
yeah.
Be my,
Yeah, so...
it should be
Should be 2.
DN2 because of my all-out attack.
Right, they're going to try and shoot at ya.
Oh my god. Nice. That's a good result.
They're going to
They
shift.
did still hit. Oh no.
They did
I
hit.
don't know if it's that good.
Sorry, I just thought they didn't hit. I was.
Gerhart, applying damage. 6 dice pool. Go on.
Yes, please. Yeah, determined.
You got 3 wounds you need to get rid of. Oh!
What did you do?
You are uninjured by this assault of slugger rounds, but the effort of dodging and weaving and avoiding these hits takes its toll, and you are exhausted. Okay, and last but not least, we have the commando. He is also pinned against the ceiling. He's going to try and use his athletics DN6 to break out from underneath it. Can he do it? No, he is still pinned. So, we're on to round 3. Everyone loses hindered if they had it, because it
Hooray.
lasts for 1 round.
Yay!
Let me just sort out Argenta. Gearhart doesn't have it. You are still vulnerable. That's right. Okay. Once again, what are we doing first? Or who's going first?
Where is this table? Is it above Gerhardt?
So, Argenta, you're no longer in cover.
Yeah, I figured that out.
It's about, I'd say, 6-7 meters up in the air. So it's exactly where it is, but just up. So if I
can get the fuck out of Dodge, I have a plan to get out of Dodge and maybe reconvene with the party. As a free action, I'd be like going, I'll meet you over there, and I want to kind of like point here.
Well, yeah, you could jump over
I
there
don't want
and
to be under
attack
the table.
that guy. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can jump. You can go over there and attack that guy. I was gonna spend a glory to steal, and I'm gonna set fire to the table with the mob on it.
You don't have to
against
steal
the ceiling.
yet. You mean for next round? Okay.
which table? Sorry, this
The one
one
that's
or
in the
this
air.
one? The one in the air.
The one
Okay.
that's in, yeah.
Because they're all vulnerable, are they not?
Yeah, they're all vulnerable. You can set fire to it.
And I can
Just-
keep holding it against the ceiling.
That feels like more of an interaction attack. If you're setting fire to it,
Well,
because
so,
it's
okay,
you're putting
how about-
Prometheum underneath the big table.
Just let Gerhardt do his thing. Go.
So how about I do this, and then you'll have a better idea of what's going on.
Right, Gerhardt, you're up.
All right, I'd like to use a multi-action.
Okay.
I would like to use a point of wrath to reduce my shock by 6.
Nice. You can do that.
So I
You,
kind of resolve myself.
once exhausted from all the fight, you dig deep, you think
It's a resolver.
about your Primarch Sanguinius, his battle aboard the vengeful spirit, and you think, I can do this. If he can, I'm from the same stock as him, I can do it. As you return, fully invigorated for battle.
Oh, nice.
So that's right. So then I'm going to stage 2 multi-action, stage 3 multi-action. As my other multi-action, I want to run over to this, jump up to the table, slash at these orcs. I am then going to go behind the table for cover and ping my orc medic for the hidden fuck.
Okay, so that's 3 things you're doing. Is that right? So you're doing the shock, attack, and then ping the Augmetic. So it's going to be +2, +4, +6. Yeah, so it's going to be a +6 on the DN to hit the Orc boys. It's going to be a +6 DN to ping the guy. Cool. So
I don't think the Augmetic has a DN. I think it just increases my total by 2. Because it's just a thing that happens. But because I'm multi-actioning it, it's increasing it by a further 2.
oh, that's true. Yeah, so just the attack is +6 then.
Yeah.
Cool. Go for it.
Okay. I run onto the table. Wait, where was I? Here? Yeah. Okay, and that gives me there. All right, cool. Going to use my chainsword. I do not have all-out attack anymore.
Nope, that was the end of last round. That's right.
So, fun times. Here we go.
Oh,
Let's go. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh wait, you didn't add the +6 DN.
Oh shit! Of course.
Yeah, so that's all right. So it would have been DN3 +6 DN9.
Still success, baby.
Yep, and he needs to roll for his Savage Echoes.
How many shifts?
Oh, and his extra 3 icons for rank. So that's 17. Wow.
9, 10, Yeah, so they're all dead.
And they call Paul the mob killer.
I was until I got some significant nerfs along the way.
You just need
You didn't get
shockwave.
nerfs. You didn't get nerfs. You had buffs.
I did.
That
I
were
had
just taken
temporary
away.
buffs that I shouldn't have had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Describe
Silver
what you
lining,
do to this mob of 7 orcs.
I kind of hold my chest after the crit, and steel myself, reducing my shock. Run over with the chainsword, slice, 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 and then I kind of go from periodic slices to. From a distance, you can see Gerhardt's blonde hair and white armor shifting, and as you do, he kind of looks like he's leaving slight images of himself, like he's moving incredibly fast. As he slices through the 7, he then dives behind the desk with his back up against it for some cover, and then goes, and then augmetics to find the hidden boy. So
As
I'll
your
end up here.
augmetic pins out, you know that he is here.
And as a free action, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Paul, Agenta, 6th chair down.
Oh, he's
Just
fucking
past the door.
As I'll reveal
He's
him
what?
to you.
And hopefully I've got a bit of cover here at the table.
I'd say you'd have cover
So
if
my-
you were crouched down.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm
Okay,
I'm
so if
basically
you're
behind the
crouching
table.
down, yeah, you get cover.
Yeah.
Nice. So, half cover.
So realistic. Yeah, half cover. Okay. Yeah, and I just go to the left. I'm injured. And I will end my turn. At least we know where he is, I suppose.
Nice. Okay, that's Gerhardt. Wonderful. Is anyone going to try and steal anything?
Yes. Can I spend a
Okay.
glory to steal?
As long as everyone's okay with that.
Is everyone okay with that?
Yep,
All right.
yep.
Rather than her previous action, thank you very much, Gerhardt. Because as she's now going to follow suit with that, she moves 4 meters over here. There is no table there, so she can freely run that.
Yeah, there's no
wall.
table. There's no table.
And then she's going to peer over and aim at the orc boss that was there. And let me double check. That's definitely 18 meters.
Oh, yeah.
That's 13 meters, yeah.
Fucking A.
Just make sure
Yeah.
to untick the dialogue box one because it's already applied.
Yep. Yeah, fuck it.
Ho 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 ho!
And she's going to spend a point of wrath. Fuck it, why not?
Have 2 available. Can do that. Woo!
Ah, yes. And then she's going to shift 1 damage.
For extra damage.
So I click on it.
So you left click on it to highlight it and it should go red, and then right click on it and say shift damage.
Shift damage.
Well done, look at that! 13 sessions and he's picked it up.
Don't be condescending, man. I don't appreciate it.
Don't take kindly to types who can't use max in here.
Look at it.
22!
Oh shit!
22! God.
Yeah.
Hit right in the fucking daka.
Right in the
she-
daka.
She here's Gerhardt, gives him a nod, runs over to cover, gets behind the wall, peers over and just goes, "Good luck hiding now, scum!" and just fucking unloads as the bullets just flail into it as she's getting her extra damage of the extra bullets just unloading into it. And as she does so, she goes back into cover.
As
Full cover.
ooh. Can I do anything here? So what's he take?
Because can he grab in it a thing if they're stuck under a table?
They're 7 meters away.
No, he can't. No, he can't.
Yes, Paul! Yes!
Oh.
It works!
You take him down to just... He is not looking great. He is heavily injured as this absolute insane barrage of heavy bolters hits him. Almost every single one of them strike true, but one solitary bolt doesn't hit its mark, and he is left clutching bleedily at his body.
She, as her simple action, goes, Paul, finish this fucker off.
Okay. If that's the end of Argenta's turn, I would like to maybe see if I could seize the initiative.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna seize initiative because you've gone twice. If you're gonna do that,
Ooh.
and make it Captain Fly Stabber.
I tried.
Fair.
Would you say they cancel each other out, so we both lose a glory and a wrath, or?
I would say that because it's actually their turn, we're stealing from them, and then they're using ruin to step above that, so it'd be returned back to their normal turn. Either that, or you both roll initiative it off. I don't know, but it was realistically their turn, right? And you're stealing, and then they steal back. So then they should have priority.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether you can get
how it read.
2 on the trot, but anyway. So it is Captain Flystabber's turn.
Alright.
And on his turn, as a free action, he calls out. He goes, "Hey lads, get in here!" And
That's not good.
Paul,
Yeah.
could you just roll me 1d2, please?
1d2.
1 small, 2 high. 1 small, 2 big.
1d2.
Oh! Nice. Nice, thank you for that. I needed that.
Okay.
What? I mean, you're pretty fucked. What do you need?
And as he shouts that, you do see the door next to you open, and there are 10 orc boys stood in the doorway saying, "Oh, what's up, boss?" Oh. As they will not be 7 feet in the air, because that would be stupid.
I believe I can fly.
And they enter the turn. But, right, okay, so that's that. Argenta, you're in pretty much half cover there.
That's goddamn full cover. I'm behind a fucking wall.
You've just shot people. If
And
you
then
were
I
hiding...
moved.
Oh, did you move? Okay, that's fair enough.
Use his movement.
I didn't hear that bit, I'm sorry. Bad GM. You're just in cover, I can't see you.
Exactly.
Okay, God. Right. Brothers.
Everyone doing for wounds.
He is going to... get to you.
Look at everyone measuring distances.
I know.
Well, I'm just like, okay, I could sprint and heal just in case.
I could do that too.
Okay, so he's gonna stand. He's gonna move forward, and
I've got
he's
the
gonna
biggest measuring stick.
I've got the measuring stick. and he's going to try and shoot at the terrified Poul hiding under the table.
So I'm prone and half cover, so...
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Can he do anything about it? That's the question.
Does cover or prone, which stat does that up? Is that the defense or the resilience?
It's defense. So you were 4, and it's gone up to 6.
So he still hits.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, good to know. He didn't get to shift against me, which is my biggest fear.
That is. Ooh,
Okay.
10 damage, which I think...
It's greater than my 8 resilience, so I would like to roll determination on that.
And you get... I did it again, sorry. You got an exalted icon, so you go from 7 shock down to 6 shock.
Huzzah!
Well done.
I do also need to roll to hold my sustain, which I believe is a willpower. Sustaining psychic powers from when you suffer damage.
You didn't take damage, I don't think? You just took shock.
I think it counts. Hang on.
Because it's your shock and wounds combined.
Oh, is it?
Let me just
I think that was
quickly
the last time I read it.
psychic discipline. No, not psychic discipline. Scroll. No. Format. Sustaining. Where in this is it? Okay. Okay. So if you are sustaining and take any damage from any source, such as attack or environmental conditions, you must make an immediate willpower save equal to the total wounds and shock suffered.
Oh, okay, so it's just DN2 then, isn't it?
So DN2, which turns into a 3 because I'm damaged, but I've got force of will, bring my dice pool to 12.
Nice!
Just
Easy.
well.
Easy pass.
I'll shift to glory.
Good idea.
Cool. I continue sustaining.
Okay. And then he is going to run out the door.
Oh, now I can't see him. No, or can I? No, I can't see him.
Fucker.
Oh, I could just about make out a little bit there. Wait, does that mean I can T-target?
You shouldn't be able to.
I could see a little bit of the
Yeah.
target. I could highlight it and press T.
Yeah, I can see him.
What's the rule in What's the rule in D&D about you have to be able to
I could see his
over
pinky
half
toe.
the tile or something?
Now, this isn't D&D, Tom.
I know. Right, that's him done. So who's up next?
I believe it's me then, because the other two have gone.
Paul, you're up.
Right, okay, so as just a thing, it doesn't say it's a free action or anything. As one of the things I can just do if I successfully sustain grav warp, on my turn I can either choose to increase its gravity or change the gravity it's experiencing.
Okay.
I'm going to choose to increase the gravity on the table, causing more pushing against the ceiling with the table. I'm hoping that it would just slowly do damage to them. Because they're
damage.
behind that doorway, I can't really realistically throw the table at them anymore, which is what I was going to do.
Roll me a 1d3.
1d3.
I can't see. I went for a peek. Is the fucking BBG behind a fucking wall now?
He has ran away.
Little
So
bitch!
with the increased pressure, you do another single point of mortal wounds as the commando takes another crink in his neck and another mob dies. Another person in the mob dies.
Nice. So change the direction. So just increase the gravity. Okay, cool, that's fine. So they are now slowly being pushed more with the table. But that was just a thing that I could do. Now, as my action, still taking cover from underneath the table, I presume I can see... Alright, you're the DM. Can I sufficiently target the big bad that ran away?
No.
Okay.
I don't know why you can, but yeah.
Okay.
You've also you got to imagine you got 10 orcs coming through that door as well.
Sure. Okay, then I will target the mob,
Sure.
and I will use smite against them.
Nice.
So I've targeted.
So it's an extra 2 for sustaining 2 things,
It is.
plus 1 for being wounded.
I'm
But
sustaining one thing, but either way, yes, it's a plus 2 because I'm sustaining one thing. Where is it? Smite.
Is it
There you are.
multi-targetable
It.
before you roll it?
Oh shit! Yes, it is.
So that means to attack more than just one guy, it's plus 2 DN per target.
yes.
Oh.
So if you're trying to target 10 of them, it's plus 2.
Wait.
No. If you hold on. If you target 1, that's your normal. If you target 2, that's plus 2 DN. If you target 3, that's plus 2 DN. If you target 4, that's plus 2 DN.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if you just do 1,
yeah.
yeah, but you have to say how many you're targeting and set the DN before you do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
As per we figured out last time.
Yes.
Isn't the table at the bottom still on fire? Couldn't you launch that other table at that other group of 10?
They're behind a door. I don't think it would fit. That's the problem. It would just barricade them. I don't think.
Also, I'm using this as cover.
Oh,
Yes.
No, the
yeah,
one
he's
right at
using
the
it.
bottom.
I
can't
No, I
see.
think the one right at the bottom is out of my range. I can't do that.
Yeah.
No,
Not the massive one. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, this one's out of my range. So okay, no. So I'm gonna smite. I'm gonna target 2 guys within the mob.
2 of them.
It's already plus 2 because I'm sustaining.
Yeah, so their defense then would be 4 if you're targeting 2 of them. So it'd be 4 plus 2 plus 1, I assume, for wounded.
Yeah, so 4 plus 2 is 6. And then that goes up to DN 7 because I'm wounded.
Yes, spot on. Go for it.
Cool. Let's see what happens.
Oh,
thank
nice. Wrath critical.
I don't get criticals.
Oh no, you don't. But yeah.
I can't. I need 3 shifts to get the extra effect. So I'm gonna shift for glory. What's that?
You can't shift 3. You can only shift 1.
Oh, I was also supposed to gain a point of wrath when he crit me, and I forgot to add it. Is that okay?
Nice.
Sick.
So
matters,
you
doesn't help me.
kill.
And then roll damage.
You kill all 3.
mortal wounds.
Nice. So describe your smite.
So I targeted 2. How am I killing 3?
Sorry, I thought you said you targeted 3. You killed 2 of them.
So with all of this happening, I'm sort of concentrating on the table and the wall, and while I'm still holding onto it, I just exert more of my will and press the table harder into the ceiling. You can hear creaks and groans from the table and the ceiling alike, and then I sort of shift my focus to the door that's just come open, reacting to the guy saying, "Guys, come in here," and I go, "Fine." And then I go, "By the will of the Emperor," and then smite them with holy psychic purple fire.
Nice. Okay. You do that as 2 of the orc heads just like and explode. Okay, we are back to the orc boys up here. They are still pinned. The DN's now going to be 7 because you're applying more pressure.
Under pressure.
They can't complicate because they are troops, but they fail that utterly. Next up is the boys who just entered the room going, "Hey, what's all this then? Can't start a fight without us." And they are going to run in. Running underneath the table. And they're going to shoot at the only thing in front of them. with their slaggers. That's right. It hits.
The half cover gives 1.
Oh, 1. So it would be. Hang on.
Oh wait, does it give? Yeah, it should be 4. I'm just asking if it gives 1. Is that 1 to defense? Half cover?
Half cover. Hang on. Let's confirm it before I put my foot in it. Half cover. Cover. Ignore cover. Don't want ignoring cover. Cover. 101 was it?
181.
181. Cover represents if less than you receive 1 defense if half or more. Yeah, so it's half defense, which is plus 1 defense. Yeah. So is that right, DN5? Then if you got half cover.
No. If less than half of your character is concealed, they receive plus 1. If half or more of the character is concealed, it's plus 2. But I guess
full cover would be plus 2 and half cover would be plus 1. It's just described stupidly.
that is described stupidly because it's not using the wording of half or full cover.
No. But is DN5 right then, Gearhart?
Bro, there's spelling mistakes.
I've got a defense 4.
Cool. Right. Roll for damage.
Ooh.
Make the roll public. Roll. Oh shit, sorry. Let me add the extra 1.
This version sucks.
There you go.
Bro.
Are you using Wrath?
Don't need to, right?
Oh no, you don't.
So-
No. You just got shock. You're fine. So all these orcs charge into the room, shooting their slaggers. Most of them just hitting the big oak heavy table in front of you. One of them has a glancing blow off your pauldron, but does no damage. And last but not least is the commando, who once again is going to have to do an athletics DN7 to try and get out of this weight. Oh, so close. Okay. We're now into round 4. Who's going first? You have one mob of orc boys in the center of the room. We have a mob being crushed above. We have a commando being crushed. And you have the captain who has made a beeline for the door. Go on, James.
My plan. Let's see if this floats with you guys. I'm gonna throw a fucking grenade in that door.
Oh.
Yes, 1,000 times
then-
yes. Use the nade.
And then I want a simple action to run over to Agenta to hopefully ask her for aid, in which we have a glory to do so. Because you can multi-action, heal and yada yada. That's my.
Wait.
You can multi-action heal, can't you? Multi-action then shoot.
Oh, sorry. As in throw some. Yeah, multi-action. Throw something as an attack. Run and get. You can't do.
Sorry.
No, you can't do 2 combat actions at the same time. Yeah.
No. I'm throwing a nade. So
Yeah.
I'm throwing a nade. Simple action to run over, double speed, and then to get Agenta to seize initiative, and he's going to go over there and
Yeah, and
Yeah. No, you can. You
she
can
wants
seize
to.
initiative and do that. Yeah. Of course you can.
Yeah.
Cool. So Gearhart, you're up first, yeah.
Need healing?
Oh god, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
do that. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll seize. Oh, god damn it.
Right, Gearhart, you are up first.
Okay, I'm going to throw a grenade.
I'll put him here so you can target him with the grenade.
Oh, I can target him. I've seen him the whole time. Me and him are like. That wall ain't hiding shit.
Oh, they've made the door really wide. That's why.
It is a church. It is a church. They got big ass doors.
They do have
Some of them do.
Now I can't see him, Tom.
You went to school in a church, bro. You remember how big the doors were.
Yeah. Nice.
The insects! I made it!
You make it.
I get up out of the desk and go, pull the pin with my tooth and go, and chuck it across the room.
Nice.
into
It
the door.
flies perfectly.
Tom Brady!
Oh. Oh.
Oh. What? Why have you targeted yourself? God damn it!
Kamikaze!
So fucking stupid. Right.
I
Target.
pulled the grenade and I put it down my pants.
Oh, hang on. Give me. Reroll. Reroll.
Trying to get to 14.
Yeah. There we go. Right. Apply damage. Public roll. For God's sake, public goddamn roll. Okay. So obviously you can't see it, but you can certainly hear the explosion going off in the other room. Gerhardt, what are you doing next?
Well, I'm going to take both the dying and prone conditions off myself, for one.
Yes, please.
So I throw the grenade, I hear it explode, and with a free action on my Vox speed, I'm like, Agenta, I'm coming in hot. I'm injured. And I'm going to use my 14 meters movement.
Mm-hmm. 7 doubled.
To get over to Agenta behind the wall. And I can't bleed because I'm in Astartes, but at the same time, like, I just look fucking... My flesh is mangled, but it's just not bleeding. It just looks like flesh. I go, you're right. And then in my turn.
Can I seize the initiative with a point of glory? Is everyone cool with that?
That was the plan.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Plan.
Argenta, you're up.
So I'm going to target Gerhardt and I'm going to do some healing.
Go for it. Combat heal.
Can I know? I wish. But
Wait, what? Just one question.
Yes.
Because of the extra healing from the Augmetic, does that translate somehow to being healed and getting better healing out of it? Because
From the Augmetic?
they do. From the one that allows you to heal faster.
Oh, sorry,
Does
the
that
implant.
correlate
The
at all with-
implant.
Yeah, sorry, implant. Does that correlate at all to getting healed and allowing having an easier time being healed?
I think that correlates towards determination, which is why you can roll with 6 instead of 5.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying it on. I was like 90% it should be a no, but if it was a yes, then I'd be like, that 10%'s paying off.
It's not a definite no, but for now, let's just keep it as normal roll.
Okay.
right.
We'll put a pin in it.
Okay.
You have Wrath if you want to re-roll some of those.
I'm going to spend Wrath.
Highlight the ones you want to re-roll.
It sounds like he's doing it. He's
Wait,
learning.
doesn't Wrath just allow you to re-roll all of them?
Oh, if you right-click and just click that, does it just re-roll?
Yeah, it just re-rolls.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Will you still get a shift?
Yeah, I get a shift, so I'm gonna shift 1.
Gerhardt, you feel 2 better. You are down to 5 wounds.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay. That'll do, and then trying to think. She's gonna peer out for a second.
Mm-hmm. You see 8 orcs huddled in the middle of the room under the last remaining chandelier.
Okay, and
He can't shoot. He's used his combat action.
I have used my combat action. Where is the door where the other commander went to?
Here.
Okay. And that is...
It's 3 times soon.
Oh, yeah, you can't do 2 combat actions on a multi-action.
No, I can't. You can't multi-action heal either.
You also need to declare multi-action before you start doing shit.
I know, but
Bitch.
you can't multi-action heal, so I'm not doing it. It would be incredibly broken if I could.
Very broken.
Yes, so I am going to move 5 meters here, and then sprint. Sorry, not sprint, run as my simple action.
You can do that.
And I'm going to stay, just out of the door. And then that's what I'm going to do.
Cool. Up next is, once again, the one that is pinned. Everything they're going to get out of it. It's a 7. Let's see. Nope. They are still pinned underneath the strength of Poul. Poul, you're up next.
It's me. Okay,
It's
brilliant.
me.
Just as last time, I'm going to push even harder, increase the gravity yet again.
Roll me a D3. Nice. 2 of the mob felled under the pressure you are applying to them, and the commando takes another 2 wounds.
Okay, brilliant. They're effectively bleeding. And now with my main action, I'm going to target the chandelier that's above the mob and use a sail to fling the remaining chandelier of the mob beneath them.
Sure, DN4 plus 1 for wounded, so it'd be a DN5.
Plus 2.
Plus 2 for sustaining, yeah.
So 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 1. Oh shit, okay, that's going to be difficult. Right, okay, DN8. Kind of unlikely, but may as well give it a go.
Give it a go. Who knows?
Oh!
Oh! Describe how you apply your will to the chains.
Similar to the last time. So Poul, wounded, shocked, taking cover as much as he can, but keeping his eyes on the battle, is groaning and straining against the against local gravity and applying his own, strengthening it, forcing it, pushing it, crushing it. Drips and beads of blood are now dripping from the ceiling onto the floor from where the various orcs are dying underneath it against the ceiling. And as I'm doing, I'm now sort of looking up, leaning. I see the chain from the ceiling and I kind of grab it psychically, yank it out of the ceiling, forcing it out and causing it to collapse down, crashing into the group below.
Nice. And you crush 3 more of those orcs. Which means they're now at half mast. They have to roll a resolve, but with
Are
a
they hindered or anything? Because there are things on top of them.
Well, no, the thing that's on top of them has killed the people who were underneath it. So they're not hindered because they're just dead.
Oh, fair.
But they have to roll resolve, which is not going to pass because they've only got a DN of 1 and they need a DN of 3. So they are also feared, and they call out and go, "Krumppin, sire stabber! Why is he dragged us in here? Get the fuck out of it!" And they don't like what's going on. Anything else you want to do?
I like being under the table. I'm going to stay under the table.
My safe space. Okay, so it's the scaredy orcs' turn. They are going to run this way. As they're running this way, they're also going to make pot shots over at Argentar.
Come on, cunts.
Come on, you cunts. They are able to get through, but can they apply any damage? Ooh, let's see. No, you just take a point of shock. So they were here. They've moved 6, and then they're gonna use the remainder of theirs to go out. So, we are now at a point where there are no realistic threats on the board. There are 2 threats who are being crushed under the table, but they don't seem to be able to get out of it so far.
But this guy.
The threats ran out of the room.
Take this room.
So, let me just roll through this, because he needs to roll his. We're now on athletics 8, because you've done it again. Is he going to be able to get out of it?
And kill him if he's
Quickly?
Yeah. I'll move close to the fucking door.
Okay. We're now on to round 5. Who's up first?
I suppose Agenta, right?
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. I'm right there.
Argenta, you're up.
Boosh, boosh, boosh.
As you run into this small corridor similar to the scene you saw on the other side of the refractory, it is a blackened shell. There is rubble everywhere, blood, guts, ichor, and in the corner you do see what appears to be a shorter orc, missing many organs.
I'm going to finish this fucker off.
He's missing a load of organs.
What, he's dead?
He's dead.
Oh, nice.
His guts are like spilled. The guts are just spilled out all over the floor.
She looks disappointed at the corpse. Lucky Falzinos, you missed out on the retribution, but you, little hunt! She's going to target the rest of that little group.
Nice. Go for it.
Oh, nice.
Heavy bolter. Let's take aim.
Where's
I
my
thought he
music?
survived the.
No.
thought he
It
survived
didn't
the
seem like
grenade.
it. Oh no. Oh, Argenta, no.
Oh.
Argenta, no.
Let's roll the complication.
Go for it. Okay.
That's funny. Right, so this is how I'm going to flavour it.
He forgot to untick the thing.
You did
so
forget
that's
to untick the
yeah.
thing.
Shit, sorry, I forgot to tick the thing. So remove that.
It's fine. Go for it. I mean, you've only hit 2 of them.
Yeah.
So
She's run through the door. She's just gone. You! Starts shooting, and then just in her zeal, the gun is she's unleashed so many bullets. It's just kind of shook out of her hands, and as the guns drop to the floor, she's like, "Oh well then," and then she uses the rest of her movement. Yeah, so she's going to run to the door entrance, and so I'm not through the wall. Or is that an opening in the wall?
that shouldn't be an opening in the wall. Oh, it's
Okay.
it's because the whole thing's a fucking door. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no. So she runs to there, and then quickly, as my simple action, voxes to get her up. The leader succumbed to his wound. There's a little pack that's left. Finish them off.
On it.
The room next door.
What, in here?
Next to that.
Oh, here.
At
And
least.
she's
Oh, go on.
no, she's left her bolter there for the time being, and she's getting ready to pull out a flamer.
All I was going to say was, at least for Gerhardt's sanity, she's not lost yet another pack of ammo.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I can at least pick it up. But anywho, guys, let's finish them off. Who's next? Oh, Orc boys. What are they gonna do?
Who's up? Oh, it's me. God.
Yeah, God. It is you, God.
Right, once again, these guys being crushed under. Can they get out? Unlikely. Absolutely not. Right, Paul, Gerhardt, one of you.
You go ahead.
I can't really do anything because they're in the sky.
There is that mob behind the doorway. Maybe you can get closer to the doorway?
There's a mob behind the doorway?
The one Argenta called out about.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, behind the door.
Yeah,
all the way
assuming
through.
in here somewhere.
Yeah, it is.
I can't see them, but I'm assuming in here somewhere.
Well, I can't move that much, so it's yeah, I'm gonna do nothing because I am not stepping underneath this thing, and I can't get there anyway. I think maybe if I would go like this and get into the room.
Yeah, you can do
I'm
that.
gonna drop it on you.
Cool.
So that's I'm using a run, by the way.
So you've still got.
What's that? What does that say?
I-
Okay, yes.
You've still got meters.
Still got a fair bit. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
fine.
He's a
Me
fast
bigger
boy, is
starties
Gerhard.
legs. I can
I know.
run fast.
Ooh, they're terrored.
Hi.
They're feared, not terrored.
14 meters. Okay. As a free action, I'm going to put away my chainsword, just so I have my eviscerator, which has 2 meters range, so I can attack him. Okay.
Fuck me,
we
that's your run.
Yeah.
Christ.
7 meters on a normal slow jaunt.
I know.
Oh,
He's got big legs.
fuck him up. Finish him.
All right. I mean, I guess there's no point, but I'm going to shift for glory anyway.
It is
Right at the end of the
glory.
sesh, but everything's frozen.
Oh.
It won't let me select anything.
It's weird. What, you trying to hit the Orc boys in front, yeah?
Yeah, I was just trying to go to glory and add the 3, but I don't really need to add the 3 because I'm pretty sure 13 on a DM5 kills 3.
Cool. Tell me what you do to this
yeah.
mob.
I barely just get there, still clutching my chest. I put my 2 hands on my eviscerator and I kind of out in front of me as I just slice the 3 apart as I try to run and go. You thought you could run? No one runs from the Emperor's justice or the Absolver's. Forgot the word for it. Absolvement? Fuck it.
You just got absolved.
Be absolved, idiot. Yeah, something like that.
Cool. You slay the mob in front of you, but as the last of the 3 Orc boys who are running away collapse in front of you, you see a scene. It looks to be a kitchen of some descript, but it is absolutely trashed. There is broken wood everywhere. There's food all over the floor. And you see before you almost a sea of green. As you see lots and lots of little grots with huge potbellies lying on the floor, clutching at themselves, going, why did they have so much food? Can't eat more! Stupid monkeys! You break their gentle siesta by racing in with a chainsword as they go, "You big nasty man! Can't run! Oh, no!" As you see a scene of just terror. There's almost 100 grots start tripping over themselves, clutching at themselves, and causing this rippling sea of green before you.
Wow. They're all hindered.
Severely, it sounds like.
Who's up next, Paul? It's Paul. Oh, no, it's Commando. Commando rolls athletics. DN8. Can he do it? No, we can't. He's still stuck. Paul, it's your turn.
Well, I'm going to keep the pressure up.
Go for it.
Increasing it further, so now I'm applying 4 times gravity on the table as it pushes against the ceiling.
Give me 2d6.
/R. Oh no, the d6s are there already.
They are.
Roll. That could be better, but
4. You see the Commando squelched into black paste as the other end of the bench just crushes him flat against the roof. And the mobs, they are down to 2 boys who are barely holding on.
Alright, I'm just gonna have a quick read of the wording on this next ability of mine. Question. I'm allowed to, at any time, stop sustaining abilities.
Okay.
They're both up there. They're both above 5 meters.
Yeah.
If they then fell back to the ground under normal gravity,
they'd both get 1 straight mortal wound and die.
I do that.
Wonderful. You release this big, heavy oak table that you've been holding up there for a few minutes now. And as they fall down, the orcs crack their necks on the broken pieces of wood as they land.
Table comes crashing down, crushed.
Nice. Okay.
I get out of my little hidey hole. Unprone myself.
Dust off my flak jacket. I wasn't hiding.
I'm not under half cover anymore. I don't know how to take half cover off.
That's right, I'll do it.
Thank you. And that was that. And I guess I just go the remainder of my movement to there.
Cool.
Just to see what's going on. As I begin to step over the rubble of the table.
Nice.
Wait, did you say that Commando was dead?
Yeah, you should be.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, he's not listed as dead, is he? Yeah.
Fuck's sake, I need to pick up my stupid bolter.
You do need to pick up your stupid bolter.
Reaction?
So, officially speaking, Congratulations.
Oh, I can simple action run, so I've got another. Oh no, simple action to get out from prone. Wasn't it?
Simply speaking,
You have completed combat.
Huzzah.
The new room you have entered, these Grots are not interested in fighting you. This is a sea of pandemonium. As if, 80 snot-nosed little street urchins have just been rumbled trying to steal someone's pockets. This is fish in a barrel moment. So as a gentle reward, as you all three enter the room and see these disgusting little Gretchens, what would you like to do with them?
I'd first like to pick up my heavy bolter. Give my heavy bolter back. Give me my heavy bolter.
Pick up your fecking heavy bolter then.
Mom and Dad are arguing again.
There you go.
Okay.
well, I'm concerned about our current health and going in and slaying them all and then being ambushed.
I thought this is a reward. This is free just murder mayhem, right, Tub?
Yeah.
This is free murder mayhem, yeah.
Yeah, fuck this.
Oh,
She's
then-
going in with hand flamer. Come on, Gerhardt.
Oh,
It's time.
I'll go with my chainsword. I'm like kind of limping, going. And I'm going to cut everyone that I come across.
Nice. Gerhardt, you wade into the sea of green, stamping your big boots down on Grots' heads, swinging out with chainswords, carving huge arches of dead bodies across, as you hear these Grots going, "No! We just want this to eat! Now leave us alone! Oh God, no!"
Just literally shits themselves.
Argenta, what are you doing?
She picks up her bolter, sees, there you go, Gerhardt, swings it over her shoulder, pulls out Darling, and just goes, time to expunge with holy flame. And just starts torching each individual one. And starts burning a bunch of the little Grots, and as they start running away, she stops for a second as they think for a moment they might escape, goes, no, and then proceeds to flame them.
Nice. These Grots running around like crazed lunatics, some of them covered in promethium flame, are bumping into others, spreading the flame further, scorching them to cinders, mixing and slipping on the dead, on the blood of their dead friends. It's a almost comedic effect. Gerhardt. Yeah, sorry, Paul. There are still a few left.
So Paul is going to take whoever is still up, standing in the middle of the room. He's basically just going to sort of say to himself slightly, and just like, "By the Emperor's guiding hand, father of all psychers, master of the warp." End. As he does a mixture of crushing some and smiting others. Just after
Nice.
the word end.
Arcane bolts shoot out from you. You see heads of Grots popping explosively. You see others just sizzling as if they've been strucken with electricity, as the remaining Grots all just melt into the floor. And with that, we will end tonight's session.
Can I do one thing?
God damn it! No one will let me end tonight's session! It happened last week! Why would you let me end tonight's session? Go on, what do you want to do?
Well, I just wanted to
Yes.
spin my Ras Wrath to get rid of the shock. You know, like, you really should say, well, do you want to spin anything before we end tonight's session? Thanks, Tom. Yes, I would. Much appreciated that you asked me that, because I do have something to spin, and I would like to get rid of my shock. Yeah, that's it.
Theme it. How are you doing it?
So
If you're gonna make us do it, let's hear the RP. Come on.
I kind of, after slicing away the grots, I kind of with my wounds and injuries, I kind of sit on one of the upturned. I see one of the upturned kind of chairs, and I slowly put it down, and I sit down and go.
Nice.
The Emperor protects. The Emperor provides. And then, like, move my stiff shoulder from the large attack that he did, and just breathe out as my shock washes off.
Nice. Ed, I can see your hand up. You want to do something as well?
No. What's the XP? Just tell me the XP.
Does anyone else want to do something beforehand?
Well, I wanted to try long rest, but like it felt like we were getting hurried along. But I had a whole bunch of ideas, and that would turn into more RP.
Long rest?
Regroup.
Oh, right. I mean, we can do that, like, next session. It's just 20 past 11.
Let's go. Yeah, that's why I said I'd leave it.
Awesome. Congratulations. So, yes, XP. As always, 3 XP for having super fun best friend time.
285.
And you will also gain... Let me just grab my book. Where are you?
I have 0 XP.
I have 10.
You have 0 XP because it is actually 20 XP for Blade Master. So I just updated that. Right, so you got
They
3
changed the
XP.
XP cost.
They did, yeah. My book is clearly out of date. More things to sort out.
Ooh, that. Yeah, I need to ask about that then, because that's going to affect what I spend. You know what? I'm just going to get the willpower.
So you get 3 for roleplay. You get 3 for defeating Captain Slice Stabber. So we're now up to 6. And I think everyone's done some nice RP today. So I'm going to give you 7 total.
Nice!
That's 289 we find ourselves on.
Say 289, 289, 289.
Nice.
17 XP to spend. For me.
4 XP to save
Yay!
for Ascension later on.
Right, Ed,
Right.
what did you want me to check, mate?
Off the bat, I want 1 extra willpower. Now I'm ready to be a paladin, bitches!
How much have you got now then?
5. You have 5 willpower now.
Wow.
And I need that for these
Douche.
fucking rolls. God damn it, Paul. My fucking will is being tested.
I mean, you've got really good will compared to other people.
But it's just...
Actually,
I
no,
know,
you're in the
I'm
middle.
sure.
You're in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, but you said you wanted me to check something?
Oh, it's more just around the blah 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 talents. So like
Okay.
in particular
Live stream.
the one that costs 10
Live stream.
XP that I was like